And just a minute or two here for the players to get warmed up before the start of the game. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. So glad you could join us on this Saturday night. This is Kevin Harlan. I'll be joined by Greg Anthony, Tim Legler, and we'll be hearing from our reporter, Allie LaForce, on the sidelines as well. Well, a chance to check out some stats for Saddiq Bey.
And his three-point shooting has gotten a lot better over his last 10 games. He looks so much more comfortable from beyond. There's no doubt he's got the green light to let it fly whenever the shot's there for him.
Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. We've got George, the captain out there with Embiid. Then there's Tyrese Maxey. And it's Grimes in at the two-guard spot. And for the Pelicans, Murphy and Williamson up in the forward slots. DeJounte Murray is out there with Jordan Poole. And it's Messi in at the 5 spot. And we've seen it more than once. DeJounte Murray has been traded for huge hauls.
And that shows you his worth in this league. Teams have been willing to give up a lot to get him. You don't see that kind of length and versatility every day.
And it's the Pelicans with the ball. Philadelphia able to drain the three. Outside, George, Embiid. And the dunk by Embiid.
You saw the full power of Joel Embiid on display right there. No one was getting in his way.
New Orleans has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Over in the corner, Poole. That's in there. Murray with the assist.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Philadelphia's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. And George gets it to go.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
New Orleans has gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Poole with no one around. No good from outside.
Well, the defense should consider themselves lucky there because he's not usually one to miss those kinds of looks.
Embiid, no good.
Not a problem when that's your first miss of the game. Strong start.
Messi finds Poole. Back to Messi. Williamson left side. 5 to shoot. In the corner, Murray with it. And a miss there on the triple.
That's 20% now from the field. What a cold start.
And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Willie Green and I got a chance to talk for a bit. I asked, what do you do about Tyrese Maxey, a guy who can spark plays out of thin air? Coach let me in on their strategy, saying, I'm trying to keep someone in front of him all night. I don't want Maxey seeing the shots he wants or the passing lanes he's looking for. It's a tough assignment, but Coach says he's got the right guys for the job. Back to you guys.
All right, Allie, thank you. And Tim, here we are coming out of the All-Star break. Can you see the difference that rest makes on the court?
There is nothing that can replace a fresh set of legs for any NBA player. So certainly rest is going to be a big factor as we enter here the stretch run before the playoffs.
How about mentally? We know physically it helps. What about mentally? Where do you put that portion of this rest?
It's critical because these games take on greater significance. There's added pressure. And also, I think the game plans become more difficult to navigate against. So you need to be fresh where it counts between the ears.
That's interesting. And let's go real fast to the rookie leaderboard. These are the rookies shooting the highest percentage from the floor this season. Well, you look at the captain, leading the league in field goal percentage. He always gets good looks.
And the numbers say it all. I mean, he's tremendously efficient at scoring the basketball around the rim. He's almost automatic.
Now here's Williamson. Checking some stats on him right now. He's averaging just around 22.5 points a game.
If Zion gets that close to the rim, you are at his mercy.
It's McCain on the wing. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
This is why they will go to him often. He's going to take and make shots.
Pelicans trail by 9. On the wing, Murray. We've got 1:23 left in the first. Plays it up and banks it in.
Wow, Murray right there just was not going to be denied, showing you that functional strength.
The captain with the bucket.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And from the opening tip, they've been locked in. Just look at the score. That tells you all you need to know.
Messi with the ball. Guarded by Embiid. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Pass to the captain. In the corner, it's McCain. Another three for Philadelphia.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
Murray outside to the left wing. Poole outside. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
Struggling to get it going out there right now. I think he's pressing just a little bit too much.
Another three for Philadelphia.
3 points.
And guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
This defense is trying to stay connected to him, but he is on a mission.
Right at the free throw line, and it's New Orleans scoring again.
Oh, great move there. That spin just dusted the defense.
And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in a second. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Philadelphia.
Absolutely dialed in from beyond the arc so far in this one. The defense is surrendering the long-range shot here early on.
And their ball movement has been next level. When your team is playing unselfishly like this, that is tough to beat.
Jose Alvarado is out there with Hawkins. Then it's Jones. Then it's Sadiq Bey. And it's Matkovic in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the Pelicans 5 as we get into the second quarter. Pelicans shooting their first foul shot of the night.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%.
Unreal.
Incredible the lift off the floor, the creativity in the air. Highlight real effort there by Maxey.
What a great look here at this tremendous move from our AT&T Connected Cam point of view. Outside, Jones from past the arc. Good on the triple. Jones has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
In this era of the NBA, you just can't let guys have good looks from the 3. Pretty much everyone in this league can make you pay.
Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. They set the screen. And it's Alvarado in the corner. Off target from three-point range. Philadelphia leading by 8. Maxey kicks to Simmons. Shoots over Bey. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. New Orleans has gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Oubre, left side. Maxey passes to Drummond. Here's McCain. Knocks down the 3-ball. McCain's got 9.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Some changes here for the 76ers. Bonus checked in, and the captain subbed in for Maxey. And so it's Murray with it. He brings it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. 11-point game. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks.
Yeah, lots of sloppy play in that one. Several key miscues. They just couldn't overcome the mistakes.
Well, nothing bothers coaches more than turnovers. I'm sure it was not quiet in that post-game locker room.
Well, the grimace of pain tells it all. He's hurt, and let's hope he's okay.
And boy, when you see someone hurting like this, it's always scary.
And he's going to have to get checked out with that great medical staff that all teams in this league have.
Jose Alvarado, he's checked in for Murray.
Number 15,
Williamson right side. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
And such a force moving around the paint. Zion goes where he wants.
And Greg, we know he's a fearsome dunker, but Zion Williamson also has a soft touch.
And that's a great point, Kevin. He can finish in every way, either hand, through contact, off balance, on the run. A natural gift for converting around the rim.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Poole, no good. Here's Philadelphia. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Simmons passes to the captain. From downtown, another 3 for Philadelphia.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
Poole against McCain. Poole outside. Nisi, bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And timeout called by Nick Nurse. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. Trey Murphy's checked in for the Pelicans. Here now, the 2K leaderboard, showing us the best passing teams in the NBA over the course of the last month. The 76ers number 1.
And what stands out during this recent stretch is just how well they passed the basketball. I mean, this is a club that has become really unselfish.
It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thank you. Trey Murphy didn't dunk in a game until he was a high school senior. Crazy to think now with the length and the leaping ability he has. He said back then there were times where I'd have doubt or be a little stressed about my future. If I said I knew I'd end up here, I have been lying to you. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, thank you, Allie.
Well, you have a feeling this would be a completely different game if it wasn't for his brutal shooting performance.
Lobbed up there for Embiid. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Yeah, Embiid is a big alley-oop threat, so it's good to see his teammates find him out there.
52 seconds left to play in the first half. Poole outside. Crosses over, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And textbook. I mean, that move to the lane, you got to tip your hat on that one.
Well said, Greg. And Clark with some major elevation on the slam. It's stolen by Alvarado. Pass to Williamson. The 3. It's tipped. Here's Tarlock. It's rebounded by Poole.
Well, the defense was solid, but usually I expect him to make that layup.
The Trey. Rebound by the 76ers. Getting their first strike of the season at this Pelicans team.
Yeah, faced off twice last season, and it was a split between the two teams.
Both teams struggled to be competitive overall last year, but at least their season series was.
And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers in very good shape with a 23-point lead at the end of the quarter. The three-point shooting has come fast and furious to the tune of what has become a big-time blowout in progress. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Welcome, everybody. Right off the bat, let's see which games are still to come tonight. For the Magic, they'll be up against the Suns out in Phoenix. 5 p.m. Eastern for the tip-off in that one.
Either team could come away with the W and win this one.
And getting back to our current contest, very impressive first-half performance for the Philadelphia 76ers.
Whoa, I love seeing a team spread the ball around like this. The difference in assists is the difference in this game right now, Ernie.
This is one of those just keep doing what you're doing. If they can, I expect this lead to grow. And that's all for us. Now it's time to send it back to Kevin Harlan for the beginning of the third quarter.
wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You know, the captain has been exceptional here, guys.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
There is nothing better than watching scorers get their points within the flow of the offense.
Tim, in your career, you played at every level of basketball, pro and college and before. What's the single biggest change in your mind as far as professional basketball outside the NBA?
Well, Kevin, I think globally the level of play has just risen dramatically. There's a much greater belief now that you can actually make it to the league, even if you're playing outside this country. And then the G League has created a much more streamlined path for those who want to work their way into the league.
G League has been terrific.
Sure has.
Time to go courtside and hear what's going on with DeJounte Murray. Allie, what's the status?
Well, the head athletic trainer for the Pelicans provided some information. All signs point to a high ankle sprain, something that they're going to have to be very careful with. Rotations, game plans, and minute distribution will all need to be readjusted while he's out of the lineup.
Allie, thanks as always.
Well, that's an injury no player wants to deal with, but as we know, so many guys have dealt with it at some point.
So on the floor for Philadelphia, Quentin Grimes out there with Maxey. Then there's the captain. Then it's George, and it's Embiid in at the center, filling out the middle.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Embiid wide open. Buries it from three-point range. Embiid's got his third basket of the night right there.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. Already it's February. Hard to believe. Let's see how the West is matching up. You look at the Pelicans, their season nearly over unless a form of miracle happens. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Williamson outside. Pass to Poole. Clock at 6. Now here's Williamson. He's covered closely. Here's the captain. And Grimes has it in the corner. That misses, so no good on his first attempt of the night. Now Alvarado. Pass to Nisi. Now Williamson. Over in the corner, Poole. And the Pelicans miss again.
Well, it certainly hasn't been a smooth start after the break. Just 1 for 5 here to start the third.
Here's Tarlock. That's in, coming off the assist from Embiid. And that's 36 points for the captain.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Williamson looking it over, and they're moving it up. Pushing it up. Embiid, the pass to the captain. From deep, Maxey, another 3 for Philadelphia.
And that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
Here's Poole. And that time, also a missed shot.
He's stacking up the missed shots right now. He needs to find another part of his game that can help his team.
Having a lot of trouble stopping the three-point shot.
Williamson outside. Just 4 to shoot. Rebound by Joel Embiid.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Here's the 3. The captain, no good. And so Poole will bring it up for New Orleans. Williamson outside. tries from 16, and it's Philadelphia with the rebound.
And they just can't find a way to end this thing. Nothing falling right now.
They just need a spark. This is when your leaders have to step up.
The captain with the bucket.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
They have found a weakness in the defense, and it's on their ability to defend the three-point line.
And here's Poole for three. And again, New Orleans has no luck.
And he's still scoreless in the quarter. They might need to go to a plan B to help him get his confidence.
Maxey, that's a two-pointer. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Maxey's got 5 points in the quarter. And so it's Philadelphia holding an unbelievable lead as the quarter wraps up. They've been playing some ferocious defense. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Philadelphia shooting an almost unfair 78% from the field. Jones and Williamson in at the forward positions. Hawkins is out there with Jose Alvarado. And it's Matkovic in at center. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. Alvarado passes to Hawkins. Lowry brings the double. Drummond working against Jones. And there's the call on Andre Drummond. That is his first foul of the game. And the Pelicans making a change here. Fears is checked in. You know, Jim, you hear some players now feeling they're being unfairly criticized. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I do believe it can get personal at times, but listen, if you are in this league, I think it helps to have thick skin because you are going to be criticized from time to time.
But players do pay attention, don't they? They know what's being said and written.
They pay a lot more attention than they let on, Kevin, believe me. And if they're not listening, somebody in their inner circle is, I promise you that.
Jose Alvarado, he's checked in for Fears. And the 76ers will go for a different look here. Bonus checked in. The captain comes in for Kyle. He got it again. Sensational.
With 40 points in the game, he has claimed the number 2 spot now.
And GA, every game he has been a huge threat to just explode on the offensive end. What a marvelous year for him.
And now an amazing 53 games of 40 or more points, passing Wilt's mark set back in 1963. The incredible 62 effort of Chamberlain still looms as the top spot.
Always good to get another look at a terrific defensive play.
Sharp instincts on D there. Just timing when to rise up and swat that one away.
Yves Missi, he's checked in for the Pelicans. Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. Shot clock at 5. Alvarado passes to Jones. Over Watford. And the Pelicans miss again. Philadelphia has gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Here's Edgecombe. That 3 off the mark. For New Orleans, they've gone 0 of 3 to start the fourth quarter. Here's Jones. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Tim, as we look at the area of modern medicine, isn't it amazing how it's helping extend playing careers?
Yeah, it's really incredible, Kevin, how these procedures now are so much less invasive. Guys come back sooner, and they're able to play longer. Just look at Klay Thompson gifting his 2022 championship ring to the doctor who performed his Achilles surgery. Now, that's the kind of impact these doctors are having.
It really is amazing. Stolen. To the middle. Inside. Pass to the captain. The 76ers, another 3. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Philadelphia.
All game long, they've had active hands and really out in the passing lanes. And that aggression on defense has resulted in a ton of steals.
Well, it can be intimidating when you can't find any daylight, and that's been the case here. Disruptive defensively, blocking shots, altering shots, a real factor.
From deep three-point land, and again, that gives him 51.
Making it look easy.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And they just keep building out this lead. With each made basket, their confidence increases.
Kicks it out to Jones. Here's Poole, and denied. He sends it right off the glass. And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him. And the Pelicans making a change here. Alvarado's checked in. Free throw, no good for Messi. So, Tim, when you played, you were one of the league's best sharpshooters. Did you ever look around and pick things up off of other guys you watch shoot the ball well?
No question. In fact, I learned a lot about how to move off the ball by watching other guys as I made my way through college and eventually became a pro. And even when I was in the league, I would study other players to pick up things on their footwork and how to get my release a little bit quicker.
Give me one player that you really studied hard.
Well, there's no question Del Curry was a guy I watched because he needed very little time to get that shot off coming off of a screen. And unfortunately, several times I got there late against him and learned my lesson.
Once Drummond gets the ball there, you can kiss it goodbye.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the 76ers.
And as one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And the wins continue to come in fairly easy for these guys in what's been a very strong year, to say the least. Tonight will push them up to 56 wins.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And, you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for the captain.
Yeah, and watching that last game, you could see the comfort zone he got into, just filling it up from all of the spots he loves.
Pass to Messi. Poole against McCain.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
That's good from Poole.
And the confidence Poole plays with, you got to admire. He feels like he can hit from anywhere on the floor.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Drummond passes to the captain. Oubre, right side. Good on the three-point shot.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
It is never easy to win on the road, but they rose to the challenge.
Poole outside. Shoots it. That one doesn't drop. So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. Along with Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan saying thank you once again for being with us here tonight on 2K Sports. And as we leave you, we give you our player of the game, the captain.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home
Thanks for joining us on a picture-perfect Sunday night for some NBA on 2K Sports. Moments away, it'll be the Philadelphia 76ers going up against the Minnesota Timberwolves here at Target Center. This is Brian Anderson with Grant Hill and Stan Van Gundy. And out on the sidelines is Allie LaForce. So a moment now to see the story for Anthony Edwards.
Over his last 10 games, his three-point shooting has gotten a lot better. He looks very confident from deep. There's no doubt he's got the green light to shoot from his coaching staff.
So let's take a look at the starters for the Philadelphia 76ers. We've got George, Maxey out there with Quentin Grimes. Then it's Joel Embiid, and it's the captain in at the 4-man spot. And for the Timberwolves, McDaniels at the 3 with Randall at the 4. Conley and Edwards make up the backcourt. And it's Gobert in at the center position, filling out the middle. And the ball out of bounds. Last touch by Edwards. We've seen Anthony Edwards dramatically increase his rate of three-point attempts.
Yeah, Brian, while also increasing his percentage. It makes him that much more dangerous as a scorer. We know he can finish around the rim, and that creates a pick-your-poison situation for the defense.
And Minnesota with possession here. Following that last three-pointer by Philadelphia. Off target from the baseline. George outside. Pass to Grimes. Philadelphia moving it around. Back to Maxey. Here's the captain. Here's the 3. Edwards pulls it in. Back to Daniels. Now here's Edwards, covered by Grimes. Left side, Edwards. 6 on the shot clock. Can't hit it from 12 feet. Philadelphia's gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. The captain, that's good.
You know, one thing about Maxey is that he always is looking for an outlet.
The captain's gone 2 for 3 from the field. Randall outside. Back to Conley. Into the lane. McDaniels from long range. Controls the rebound and the putback.
Beautiful effort on that tip-in. High activity level is part and parcel of his game.
The captain misses. For Minnesota, they've gone 1 of 4 to begin this one. Conley passes to McDaniels. Here's Edwards. Three-pointer. On target from range. And it's all knotted up.
Well, it doesn't matter where he is on the court. If Edwards likes a look, he's going to take it.
Here's the captain. Had a career game his last time out. Bucket after bucket. Now Edwards. Book it. And it's Randall with the assist. Edwards got 5 points. And we talk about the fatigue when playing the second game of a back-to-back. Stan, how does that usually manifest?
Well, I mean, just off the top of my head, it's things like sloppy play, missing easy shots, lapses in your defensive rotations. It's mental mistakes more than physical fatigue that happens on the second night.
Randall outside. Back to Conley. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Yeah, not just a jump shooter. Conley is also adept at finding real estate close to the rim.
So Nick Nurse has decided to call timeout here. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. Some changes for Minnesota. Shannon comes in for Julius Randle. And Dillingham subbed in for Mike Conley. Gordon, he's checked in for the Sixers. Kyle Lowry comes in for Maxey. All right, on the line, we've got our insider, Shams Charania. What do you have for us, Shams?
Well, a new ownership group taking over for the Timberwolves. There remains a commitment to continuity on the basketball side. And while creating a replacement for the league's second oldest arena is a priority, they've made it clear their commitment is to remain in Minnesota.
You'd love to hear it. All right, Shams, thank you for the report. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Thanks, BA. The Timberwolves coach, Chris Finch, said, "We're a team based on movement, cutting, and fluidity. That burden also falls on Anthony Edwards to move and accommodate his teammates. For his part, Ant said his focus is being what the team needs me to be, a leader by example, and showing them that I'm coachable." Guys?
Okay, Allie, thanks a lot. And that one, good. Edwards has got 7 points.
Well, look, it's tough to keep Edwards out of the lane and tough to stop him once he's in there.
The captain misses. The Timberwolves lead by 4. Down low. Here's Shannon. And he throws it down. What a terrific lead pass.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative. The captain, that's good.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Pass to Gobert. Back to Edwards. Excellent D there from Embiid.
Suffocating defense to keep the layup from falling.
George for 3, and Philadelphia hits again from deep.
It's just a drop in the bucket for PG-13. He will roast you from the corners if you let him.
Here's Edwards. Philadelphia grabs the miss. And this is the first season matchup for them against Minnesota. It could go. Whoa! He just got it off in time.
That was close. Now, he doesn't panic in these situations.
He released it just in the nick of time. What a shot.
And a good game so far as we conclude the first quarter. Philadelphia on top. They lead by 3. And we've got more action coming your way after this break. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Philadelphia.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
Also, you got to appreciate how unselfish they've been. I mean, the ball movement has been impressive, and the assist numbers are off the chart.
And the 76ers, looking at who they've got. They've got Tyrese Maxey. Ben Simmons is out there with Andre Drummond. Then there's Kelly Oubre, and it's McCain in at the 2-guard. And Shannon gets it to go.
Man, that's now 10 straight points in the paint. I'm not sure what's happened to their defense, man.
The Sixers leading. Pass to Simmons. Out to Oubre. 4-3. It's good. And a beautiful setup from Simmons that time. Oubre's gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game. Here's Dillingham. Maxey covering. Here's Barrett-James. And he dunks it down.
He knew exactly where his man was going to be. Outstanding lead pass.
Philadelphia has gone 5 of 10 from beyond the three-point line in this game. Randall against Simmons. And it's Simmons with the jam.
Just such a terrific dunker.
Man, born to fly, that's for sure. When it comes to Randall, he's had doubters over the years, Stan, but his talent's undeniable.
Yeah, B.A., look, there's no questioning Randall's ability to score and rebound down low. And his post-passing gets overlooked sometimes, too.
So Nick Nurse has decided to call timeout here. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy. And Grant, when talking about certain players, we hear expressions like, he does the little things, or he does the dirty work. What does all that mean exactly?
You know, it's about what doesn't show up in the box score. Setting good screens, winning those 50-50 balls, hustling back on defense. Often, it's just as important as putting up those points.
Ingles, he's checked in for Minnesota. Edwards comes in for Clark. And a check on the league leaders now with the top shooting teams over the previous 10. The 76ers, number 1.
Recently, they've been effective in getting good looks. Field goal percentages are typically tied to the quality of your shots.
The Sixers lead by 4. From outside the arc, the captain. That's good. The captain's got 14 points.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
Pass to Randall. And the foul on Ben Simmons. That's his first foul of the game. Some changes for Minnesota. Gobert's checked in for Ingles, and McDaniels is subbed in for Shannon. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Randall deciding where to go with it. Shot clock at 5. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
No stranger to getting to the line. Randall had a chance to draw a foul, and he made sure the ref saw it.
That misses, so he splits the free throws. And so it's Simmons with it. He brings it up for the 76ers. 6-point game. Here's Grimes. And Philadelphia hits again from deep.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
The Timberwolves have got 2 of 3 shots to go in the second. Here's Randall. And it's Randall with the jam.
Nothing the defense can do about that. Randall just powers it down.
Philadelphia moving it around. Out left to the wing. Pass to the captain. Shoots from the baseline. Again, the Sixers score.
All game long, he's been getting to his spots, and the defense has yet to adjust.
They double Randall. Now here's Gobert. His first shot attempt. No good on the shot.
Well, and even though he couldn't get that one to fall, that's a shot they want him taking.
Pass to Grimes. And Philadelphia hits again from deep.
When you let a team knock down that many threes, you know you're likely to be on the wrong side of a run.
And Chris Finch wants a timeout. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys. Maybe alter some of the game plan. And Minnesota with some changes. Shannon comes in for Julius Randle. And Conley subbed in for Dillingham. Philadelphia also making some changes. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Bona. McCain comes in for Oubre. And it's Kyle Lowry in for Simmons. Now here's Conley. Taking a look at his production. Averaging just over 8 points a game.
Just a smart veteran play by Conley. Making sure the ball gets to the guy with the best shot available.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, Anthony Edwards keeps a tight circle. He said, I've known my whole crew since I was 13, and that's the answer to everything. And the crew includes those voices of wisdom, too. He said, quote, I keep those types of friends around. I'm not the type that always listens, but I'll listen to my elders. Back to you guys.
Okay, Allie, thanks a lot. And there's the whistle. The illegal screen is the call.
Well, the league has put an emphasis to crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, and yet, we still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to police.
The Sixers lead by 11. The captain, pass to Embiid. Embiid, too easy.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
Pass to Gobert. Outside Conley. And here's Edwards. Takes the 3. Joel Embiid with the board. Here's the captain. McDaniels covering.
Wow, that type of finish is just deflating right now for a team that's trying to make a comeback.
Ouch. That's certainly a big-time finish right there. It was one big exclamation point, or maybe even a question mark. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Up top, Edwards. Covered by McCain. Up top, Edwards. He has 7. The Timberwolves need to get off a shot here. McDaniels can't hit. And so we wrap up the first half. Philadelphia on top, up by 15. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break.
Hey, folks, happy...
Where's the perimeter, D? I see no sense of urgency, and those boys are getting scorched.
Big fella, you might be able to guard the perimeter better right now.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's take a step back.
Changing gears now, this should be interesting. Let's hear what the fans want to say. And this is from Hoops Queen Life. It's a question for Shaq. Who was your favorite team to play for?
Let's see, I played for so many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Obviously, the Lakers. What up, LA? Love y'all.
Yeah, I'm glad he counted those teams because I was on 7. He has a little amnesia.
I learned that from your time in Denver, Orlando, and Detroit.
Okay, enough.
That's it for us. Thanks for tuning in. Now let's send you over to Brian Anderson with the third period.
Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Timberwolves trail by 15. Conley and Edwards make up the backcourt. Randall and Gobert are in the middle. And it's McDaniels in at the small forward position. And that's the group for Chris Finch as we begin the second half.
Letting Randall get inside with the ball was a bad mistake. His finishing ability got him to the bucket.
Whoa! Oh, sweet move. And he jams it home with authority.
Come on now, guys. That's flat out insane.
Hey, when's the last time you saw a jam like that? Well, that's a fantastic view there from the AT&T Connected Cam. And for the Timberwolves, they're shooting an efficient 57% tonight. Randall's got room, gets it to go from 18 feet away. Randall's got 4 points this quarter.
Well, in addition to his low post scoring, Randall is also dangerous from the mid-range. Nice looking Jay there.
George finds Maxey, and here's Embiid, defended by Gobert. With the fadeaway, again Philadelphia.
He means business. Unlikely to be a comeback on his watch.
Well, this is how you shut the door, right? You keep making good shots, and you build the lead.
Now here's Randall. 7 points in the game. No problems knocking that one down. Conley's got his second basket of the night.
Well, look, Conley's known as a great passer, but he's also a fantastic three-point shooter.
So Nick Nurse has decided to call a timeout here. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. And Maxey's got the ball here for the Philadelphia 76ers. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. The captain, that's good.
3 straight buckets to start the half. This is how they wanted to come out and execute.
Randall with the drive. McDaniels from long range. The captain with a rebound. The captain's got his 4th rebound in this one. Pass to Grimes. Here's the captain. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
Well, they came out of the locker room with a purpose. 4 for 4 already in the half.
And Chris Finch wants a timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys.
There's no way Coach likes this effort level. They need to refocus.
Yeah, you have to take a timeout in a situation like this. Stop the bleeding a bit and regroup.
Let's take a look at the leaderboard and see which players were the top shooters from three-point land this past month. Number 1, Kelly Oubre. In the 3rd spot, Paul George.
Their consistency from range is unbelievable. It's what every team in the league is looking for these days.
Conley against Maxey. Gobert with a screen on Maxey. Shot clock at 6. Gobert, no good.
Well, they know he can finish at the rim, but the defense did just enough to force the miss.
understand Rudy Gobert. He can be a double-double machine, but his real importance is on the defensive end.
Yeah, he's been named Defensive Player of the Year 4 times, which is tied for the most in NBA history, BA. And he's been the anchor of multiple top-ranked defenses throughout his career.
Now Philadelphia with it. They've gone on an 8-0 run. Here's the captain. And yes, another basket.
Up and up he goes as he continues this sensational season. Now closing in on second most points in a single campaign.
And with the way he has manhandled defenses all year long, you have to think he'll make a good run for it.
And to even come near to Wilt's mark of 3,586 points in 1963 speaks volumes for the season he has had.
He buries it from 3.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
It's stolen by Maxey. Here's the captain. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
Their defense has to do a better job of smothering those shooters.
Just over 3.5 minutes through the third. Randall outside. And the layup is good off the glass. Randall's got 6 here in the quarter. So Nick Nurse has decided to call timeout here. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. Completely new group for the Timberwolves. And the 76ers will have a different look here. Bonus checked in for Joel Embiid. Edwards comes in for Paul George. Edgecombe, he's checked in for Grimes. And Simmons is subbed in for Maxey.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
And the Timberwolves with possession here. Outside, Ingles. Pass to Clark. Edwards comes with a double team to the paint. Here's Miller. That shot off. Ooh, great D that time from Simmons.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
Here's the captain. And another one.
And guys, he is now second all-time for points in a season.
A season for the ages scoring the ball.
And while Wilt Chamberlain still holds the #1 spot, he's able to bump Wilt's second-best season down to 3rd place. That's big time. All he needed was a little separation. So effective.
Boy, cleared the path, put him in position for a prime-time dunk.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your teammates.
He's been so aggressive on offense, and with the results, you understand why.
Well, yeah, and the defense is going to have to respond to that and chase him off the arc.
And 3 quarters of play in the books. This one's all but over already. The Sixers on top, just dominating this one. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
You can count on him to deliver a few assists like this one each and every night.
Well, that is what coaches want from their point guards. Set others up, play the game the right way.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. On the court for Philadelphia to start the 4th. They've got Andre Drummond, Jared McCain out there with Kyle Lowry. Then it's Ben Simmons, and it's Oubre in at the 3, the small forward. Randall, and he drains it. A solid 5 for 6 now.
They have no answer defensively inside.
And it's Lowry with the ball for Philadelphia. And after this game wraps up, they're off to Indiana, where they'll face the Pacers. That game will conclude the 3-game road trip they're currently on. Counted from distance. McCain's got his first 3 points of the game.
Lackluster defense, showing no desire to chase shooters off that line.
Randall against Drummond. Pass to Shannon. There's a screen. Here's Ingles. The three is up. And McCain pulls it down.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
Timeout called, the 76ers. Edwards, he's checked in for Clark. Philadelphia dictating the flow. Back to Simmons. Here's the captain. It's good. And a beautiful setup from Simmons that time. Simmons has got 3 assists now in this one. Minnesota shooting it well, around 55% for the game. Pass to Randall. Lets the three fly. Another basket. He's now 6 for 7 in the contest.
He's shooting well, doing his best to keep this offense in gear, but he hasn't had a lot of support.
Here's the captain. Again! What an avalanche!
That's 52 points for him.
Making it all look too easy right now. And he's going for the lob! Hammers the lob through.
Yeah, an underrated passer. Randall has a nice feel for the game and is willing to keep his teammates involved.
Here's the captain. Good! Another from 3.
He's been on the money from deep.
Definitely. Looking to shoot as much as possible. From 13. He can't hit that time. Some solid defense from Drummond. We're in the fourth quarter here. Just under 2.5 minutes gone by. The captain, that's good.
They're really employing a deep range initiative here in the fourth, and it's working.
Yeah, it's always a little risky to lean this hard on the three-point shot. But when you're knocking him down, you might as well keep riding it.
Randall, good.
Tonight has been all about Julius Randall. He is scoring at will. They should keep going to him.
Here's the captain. Good! That's another bucket. 60 points. This guy can't be stopped right now.
They've had no answer for him in this one.
Minnesota has gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. Pass to Edwards. And here's Dillingham from the arc. Hey, it's blocked by Simmons.
Oh, what a swat by Simmons, using his size and reach to bat away the shot. And trying to put the game away, he's been nailed all evening.
Yeah, but you can't let up now. We've seen too many wild comebacks in this league.
Shannon's shot is off. Now Philadelphia with it. They're on a 19-7 run.
Well, the scoreboard tells you everything you need to know about this one. A great showing here for the 76ers.
And everything seemed to go their way today. They were firing on all cylinders, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., this was the kind of performance you relish as a player. Just a very impressive win.
Add this one to the win column. They're 57th of the year.
And against a non-conference opponent, you really want to win the first one. They'll go into the next one knowing how to beat this team for sure.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for the captain.
Well, that work he's shown on the glass has been spectacular. You love to see that as a coach.
They set the pick. Here's Edwards. And he hits one. Maybe he's ready to get back on track.
That's how they like to see him operate. Big part of their attack.
The three. Good. He hits again. 71 points and no end in sight.
He's in the zone. The defense looks helpless.
Pulls it in from the elbow. Edwards can't get that one to fall. Pass to Edgecombe. 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Here's the captain. Jacks up a three, and Philadelphia hits again from deep.
This is what winning is all about. Playing your best when it matters most.
Yeah, they've got clutch guys on this team, and they never let up.
So no problem for Philadelphia as they get the win. To walk into enemy territory and deliver a performance like that, that says a lot about this squad.
They really came in looking confident and didn't let anything shake them. This is what a dominant team looks like.
And that'll do it, folks. For Grant Hill, Stan Van Gundy, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson signing off. And before we go, we'll leave you with our player of the game.
And a glimpse inside the locker room. Players' final few moments to prepare for the game and the task ahead. Welcome, fans, to 2K Sports Tuesday night presentation of NBA basketball. Alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. On our sideline reporting tonight, Allie LaForce. And with plenty of games still ahead, here's a quick rundown of the power rankings thus far. If you look at Golden State, they're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
And right now for the 76ers, they wanted the top spot badly, and they did just that. A real testament to both their chemistry and work ethic.
Look at the 76ers starting group. You've got the captain, Quentin Grimes, out there with Maxey. Then it's Paul George, and it's Embiid in at the 5. And for the basics, in the front court, the forwards, Mathurin and Siakam. At the guard positions, Halliburton and Nembhard. And it's Toppin in at the 5, home in the paint. Greg, we've got two teams that boast some serious firepower off the bench.
And that depth makes each team more difficult to defend, more unpredictable. Both sides have a lot of guys who can step up on any given night.
Straight rim rocker.
It looked like, Greg, for a second, like he might rip the cylinder loose. And then Toppin with the jam.
My goodness, Toppin puts on a show. What a special dunker this guy is.
That's a great look at that move from the Connected Cam, sponsored by AT&T. Sinks the three-pointer.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Halliburton, no good.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And here's Maxey outside. Nembhard grabs the board. The Pacers have gone 2 or 3 here to start out the game. And it's Mathurin missing.
Boy, that mid-range area, he just didn't look comfortable, let's be honest.
And Doris Rick Carlisle, now in his second stint, is the head coach of the Indiana Pacers.
But he is a basketball lifer, Kevin. Over 2 decades as an NBA head coach, he has seen it all. Remember the 2011 title win in Dallas. His guidance has been a key to this Pacers' recent success.
Here's Tarlock. Drains it from beyond the arc.
Oh, phenomenal work right there. There's times, boy, he can be tough to check.
Now, here's Siakam. He started closely. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Embiid the screen. Lobbed up there for Embiid. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Hard to imagine a much better target on the alley-oop than Embiid. Get the lob anywhere in his vicinity, and you might wind up on a highlight reel.
Halliburton passes to Siakam. Toppin kicks to Siakam. Back to Toppin. Fires from deep. Rebounded by the captain.
I'll tell you, that's one he typically will make. The defense gets away with one.
Grimes with the bucket.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip. And guys are making their shots. That's critical.
And so now a timeout called by Rick Carlisle. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. Some changes here for the 76ers. Bonus checked in, and Jared McCain subbed in for Quentin Grimes. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Siakam passes to Halliburton. Looking to end the run. It's hauled in by the 76ers. They're coming off that win against Minnesota.
And bottom line, they found ways to score. Credit the game plan going in. It was right on the money.
And that's not an easy environment to play in. To score at the rate they did on the road says a lot about their intensity and focus.
Here's Nembhard. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. Over to the wing. Siakam inside the three-point line. Indiana again missing. The 76ers leading by 12. Pass to the captain. Another three for Philadelphia.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
An emphatic finish by Mr. Siakam. Yes, sir.
Here's the captain. Here's McCain. Offline with his 3.
Well defended that time. He's a shooter that the D has to close down on quickly when he's ready to pull the trigger.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
And give them credit for approaching this game with the right energy and intensity. This team has attacked every chance they've gotten.
Now Halliburton. His last outing with 20 points. Over Lowry. Halliburton, no good.
Listen, that's a good shot for him. He just couldn't connect.
Pass to the captain. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Fires the 3. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. And 11 points for the captain.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
And Halliburton's got the ball here for the Pacers. It's an 18-point game. They come into this one following the loss to the Mavericks.
And guys, if you don't control second chance opportunities, you don't control your fate. That has to be their key takeaway from that one.
I think if you get out-rebounded by that wide a margin, it speaks to a lack of energy and effort, and that's problematic.
Pass to Siakam. With the fadeaway. The shot will not fall. And so it's Philadelphia with an 18-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. Their defense has been active and effective. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the 76ers.
Well, they haven't wasted any time getting into a groove from deep, putting up and hitting a healthy amount of three-pointers thus far.
Yeah, and their assertiveness in the paint so far tonight has been impactful. They're really making it hard for the interior defense.
The forward spots with Nesmith and Siakam. T.J. McConnell is out there with Shepard. And it's Huff in at the 5 spot. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Pacers.
And with how explosive Maxey is, he's not your average guard in the paint.
Here's Huff. It's Drummond with the rebound. The 76ers leading by 20. Oubre passes to Drummond. It's rebounded by Indiana.
Pressured that shot by getting a hand up just as good as a block.
And he did it without fouling, and that's become an art, changing shots without making contact.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
And timeout called by Nick Nurse. He's ready to talk things through with them. And the 76ers with some changes. The captain's checked in for Lowry. Brendan Watford comes in for Oubre. And it's Edwards in for Maxey. Pass to the captain. And it's good, assisting on the play with Simmons. The captain's got 16.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
McConnell kicks to Siakam. 16 feet away, and he tries off the glass, but it's no good. The 76ers leading by 21. Watford passes to the captain. Oh, and he jams it right over Pascal Siakam. Wow!
That is not possible. What we just... is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said. And so now a timeout called by Rick Carlisle. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guys. And Indiana making a change here. Halliburton's checked in. Embiid, he's checked in for the 76ers. And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter. Simmons against McConnell. Indiana again missing.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And now that we are well past the halfway point of the season, DB, what are you most looking forward to?
I think, Kevin, this is the first time of the year where you start to consider, well, I'll tell you, the playoff positioning is starting to take shape. The potential first-round matchups become intriguing. I can't wait to see how things end up.
Here's Turlock, and they come right back with their own three-pointer. The captain's got 21 in the game. Siakam outside. And a wide-open look for Halliburton. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark.
Boy, this has not been his night. The effort's certainly there, but he looks disjointed.
He rifled that one in from distance. And that's now 24 points for the captain.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
Well, this to me is where he can be a force. Siakam, a three-level scorer in the painted area, very dangerous.
Got that one up quick. And now it's 27 points for the captain.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
Indiana's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Siakam passes to Huff. Halliburton for three. And Philadelphia grabs the miss.
Not sure why he keeps trying his luck from deep here. It's just not his night.
The captain with the bucket.
Boy, this guy making the most of his chances here, really giving his team a lift.
For Indiana, they've gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. McConnell passes to Siakam. 1:12 left to play here in the second quarter.
Corralling defensive rebounds, such a critical aspect of your defense. Nice work.
Embiid drives in. And there's the foul. It'll go on Tyrese Halliburton. That's his first foul. And the 76ers call time here. And the 76ers with some changes. George is checked in for Trendon Watford. Quentin Grimes comes in for Edwards. And Maxey's subbed in for Ben Simmons. Here's the captain. We saw him go on a scoring rampage last game. And he's good on the three ball.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Driving the lane, and that one drops. The captain's got 34 points.
I am simply blown away by his accuracy. He has made every shot, and what's most important, his team is winning.
And a wide open look for Mathurin. And once again off the mark by Indiana. Here's Turlock, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
I'll tell you, it's one thing to do this at home, another to do it in a hostile environment.
Boy, just sheer dominance, the ability to step into enemy territory and flat out take over. This is impressive.
Here's Mathurin. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. That one on Embiid.
A skillful move there by Mathurin against the contact, somehow finding a way to get the shot to fall.
Philadelphia dictating the flow. And there's the drive, and he dunks it down.
Oh, how about using the rim to get some true hang time?
You know, he just wanted to make sure the landing was softer than the takeoff. Halliburton for three, and the three ball is good. Halliburton's got 6 points in the quarter. A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. 76ers on top, delivering the blowout. Well, we've got a moment now. Let's go courtside to Allie LaForce. Allie.
Joel, you got out to an early lead. A lot to like in your performance thus far. What have you liked about it?
Oh, I thought we played great. Defensively, I know that I had someone behind me. If I made a mistake that was going to protect the rim, I thought we did great.
Thanks, Joel. Guys?
Thanks, Allie. Much appreciated. Halftime now, and we'll be back to get the third quarter underway in just a moment.
Welcome, everybody. This game revealing a big disparity in play. What a performance so far for the Philadelphia 76ers.
They love to run. At times, it looks like a layup line. they can hit the three, but tough matchup for your transition D.
Yeah, they've made it a race, but only one team has shown up. Now it's time to check in on how the Rookie of the Year race is shaping up.
Yeah, I've been impressed with all those guys so far, but I want to see who holds up down the stretch.
Yeah, the length of an NBA season tends to take its toll on rookies, especially as opponents adjust to them. And that'll do it for halftime. We send you back to Kevin Harlan, who has the second half call.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You know, the captain has been exceptional here, guys.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
So on the floor for Philadelphia, George is out there with the captain. Then it's Joel Embiid. Then there's Maxey. And it's Grimes in at the 2. Here's Halliburton. Beyond the arc. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Cans it from downtown.
He has done the heavy lifting for them offensively, now looking to close this thing out.
Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Thanks, guys. Tyrese Halliburton loves to pass, but he's not chasing assists. He said, quote, "I just try to play the right brand of basketball. I like to see the ball moving. I kick it ahead. I'm just playing through the flow of the game. Assists just happen with the way I play." Back to you guys.
He spreads it around. Thanks so much, Allie, for the report. Philadelphia shooting their first free throws of the game right now. Greg, you think about the value of those sage veterans on a team, guys that been around the block, played a lot of years. Why are they so important?
Well, a lot of times they'll echo the message of the head coach. And I tell you what, it's also, as a coach, you love having those veteran players because you can trust what they're going to do on the floor. That consistency is really important, not just for the coaches, but the teammates.
Mathurin finds Siakam. Rebounded by the captain. The captain's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Here's Embiid again, Philadelphia.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Indiana's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Back to Halliburton. Pass to Mathurin. Fires for 3. That's good, and it's Halliburton with the assist. Halliburton's got his 5th assist in this one. You know, Doris, Tyrese Halliburton has got to be up there when you think about the top passers in the NBA.
Kev, he's always amongst the league leaders in assists. This guy plays in the perfect system for him. You want to be up-tempo and letting him sort of improvise and master the position. He is brilliant.
On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe. The first one falls.
Better than most centers from the line. Embiid exceptional with his hands.
And Embiid drops them both. Well, Doris, clearly the NBA award voting is an imperfect process and is often the cause of some intense debate.
Just look at the most valuable player debate over the last 5 or 6 seasons. You've had guys neck and neck for maybe the most prestigious award in the league. And one of the things that frustrates me, Kevin, is when a player has won multiple MVP and voter fatigue comes into place. It drives me nuts. Boy, when you think about Benedict Mathurin, this guy is a talented, aggressive scorer. His ceiling very high. He's going to have to be a little more efficient.
Tarlock, another one goes. Incredible.
My goodness. 50 for the game.
Yep, he is putting on a show. Indiana moving it around. A shot by Nimhard and nobody around. And once again off the mark by Indiana. In the corner, George with it. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Siakam outside. Toppin sets a screen for Siakam. Pass to Toppin. And Embiid with the block.
And Embiid protecting the rim, using that 7-foot frame, big fella.
Boy, this is the story of the night for this guy. He's taken a lot of questionable shots.
And again for three. He's really sniping them from outside.
Locked in, feeling confident in that three-point shot.
Halliburton kicks to Toppin. They need this. Rebound by the 76ers. Embiid's got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. 1:05 left in the third. No good on the fadeaway. Pass to Nembhard. Siakam outside. And the Pacers can't get it to go.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. The deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team. Wow, we are going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special. And a good-looking view of that throwdown from the AT&T Connected Cam. Here's Nembhard. And it's Grimes with the rebound. Grimes has got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. Tarlock. That's good, and that's Embiid with the assist. The captain's got 58.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
And another one falls.
Make that 61 points.
Yep, everything is going his way right now. Here's Siakam. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and two shots coming up.
You know, we talk about length defensively. Siakam's so long offensively, trying to get a challenge on him. You are often going to put him at the line.
Siakam hits them both. Nine seconds left here in the third quarter. And slam dunk by Maxey.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Well, he's attacking, he's forcing the issue, and that's simply stated a terrific play.
And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers with a huge lead at the break. Safe to say there's no catching them today. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
You love the unselfishness, finding the best look, and it doesn't matter who's taking it.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. The forward spots with Nesmith and Siakam. Shepard out there with T.J. McConnell. And it's Huff in at the 5 down low. That's the Pacers 5. Hits it from three-point range.
Not a shoot-first point guard, but make no mistake, Lowry can shoot from range consistently when given the opportunity.
McConnell passes to Huff. Here's Shepard. McCain defending. Shepard with the ball. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Over McCain. And that one comes up a bit short. And Philadelphia calls time here. And GA, you look at all these great European players. Some saying that youth development in the U.S. could emulate aspects of what they're doing overseas in their system.
Well, it's already going in that direction. Youngsters able to, in essence, go pro from their early teens. But the academies they've set up over there, they are, no doubt, intriguing.
Halliburton's checked in for Shepard. Philadelphia also making some changes. Bona's checked in, and the captain subbed in for Kelly Oubre. Here's Tarlock. Hits it again. Wow.
And this game has his name written all over it.
Greg, he's been phenomenal in offensive onslaught. Pass to Halliburton. McConnell against Simmons. Back to Halliburton. The three-pointer off the mark.
I mean, I guess you can appreciate the confidence, but his three-point shooting has been brutal this half.
The Pacers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Out of bounds, it'll be 76ers ball. And now a chance to see what's coming up for Indiana. On Thursday, they'll be facing LaMelo Ball and the Charlotte Hornets. Then on Sunday, they'll be taking on Jaren Jackson and the Memphis Grizzlies.
And for that matchup with the Clippers, you know they're going to be amped up for that one. And they'll need to be. That's going to be one tough game for that group.
Boy, it hasn't mattered what the defense has tried. He has had every counter. What a great night.
And stolen by Drummond. Outside Edwards. Puts up a three. Another three for Philadelphia. And a closer look here at the hustle stance for the 76ers.
And they've shown great focus on the defensive end, putting constant pressure on the ball and really disruptive in terms of what they've done defensively.
And you also have to love the way they've gotten out and run in transition. A ton of good chances tonight simply from being willing to run the floor.
Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. Simmons can't get it to go. Pacers shooting just 34% from the floor. Here's Toppin. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
And from beyond the arc, he puts a stop to that 12-0 run by the Sixers.
And Philadelphia calls time here.
Time for your Indiana Pistons, everyone.
Presentation of the player of the game, the captain.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
And as the star of this team, he knows he's going to be the object of the crowd's anger.
Yeah, coming down the stretch, they've become reliant upon their perimeter game.
Boy, the three-point arc has been a major factor in what they've done here tonight. You love the aggressiveness.
For Philadelphia, they've gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. Another three for Philadelphia.
Boy, this is an area of his game that he has stepped up from his entry point into the league. Kelly Oubre is got to be taken seriously from downtown right now.
Pass to Toppin. And for a lot of rebound teams, Doris, toward the tail end of the regular season, not much incentive to win.
Right. The thought process for teams in this position is about which draft selection am I going to get? Where am I going to be positioned in the lottery? Quite often, Kevin, any player that's had too much success on a roster like this has been moved away from the team. They've either traded them or cut them.
Pass to Mathurin. Now Halliburton. 5 on the clock. Banked in off the glass.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the 76ers.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And when you look at the season for these guys, they have amassed a lot of wins, 57, and adding in tonight, it'll make it 58.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for the captain.
He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
Second personal foul. Second team foul.
That's good from Halliburton.
I think if you're talking Tyrese Halliburton, the thing that stands out is the wealth of things he can do on the offensive end. He can shoot the ball with range. He's got unbelievable handle. He can create. He can drive it. He can also set up his guys. A lot to like.
It's stolen by Mathurin. And a fast break now for the Pacers.
And you can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
No doubt. It felt like they were a little tight for much of the evening. Now they're in a better flow, but it may be too little too late.
Back to Lowry. There's the triple. It's in.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and
starting at power forward, 6 feet 10 inches.
And coming into this game, Grant, is it fair to say this feels like it should be a blowout?
Well, on paper, that would be the assumption. But, B.A., this is why we play the games. Anything can happen, and any team can pull off an upset.
And let's check Miami's starting lineup. They've got Bam Adebayo. Tyler Hero is out there with Andrew Wiggins. Then it's Norman Powell, and it's Jovic in at the center spot. Just 5 to shoot. Hero for 3. Oh, drew the foul and almost hit the three-point bucket. But he'll head to the line for 3. Grant, since he's coming to the league, what's jumped out to you about Hero's development?
Well, I've liked seeing his growth in running the pick and roll. He's not just a jump shooter anymore. He's a guy that can anchor an offensive unit, B.A.
And even as the Heat look to go younger, this is not a team with an appetite for lengthy rebuilds, Grant.
Yeah, B.A. But one advantage they possess, when star players around the league ponder a change of scenery, Miami certainly has some great views.
The perfect roller. Joel Embiid can pop out and shoot, cut, make the extra passes, really anything in that set.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Earlier, I spoke with Nick Nurse. Coach brought up the challenges that Bam Adebayo poses on both ends. He told me offensively, Bam doesn't force much. He gets his points within the flow of the offense. He's a great finisher and facilitator. And defensively, he can guard anybody. He might be the most versatile defender in the league. Back to you.
Thanks for that, Allie. Powell against George. Hero on the wing. You know, his impact on offense has been terrific, scoring just around 20 points a game.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Look, guys get away with this all the time, but on this occasion, he got caught.
Knocks down the triple.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Outside Adebayo. Oh, he picked him clean. Pass to the captain. The three ball. And Philadelphia hits again from deep.
I just love the ball movement.
Here's Wiggins. In his last outing, he had 11 points. Here's Powell. Hero outside. Adebayo is screen on Maxey. Here's Hero. And no good. The dry spell continues. For Philadelphia, they've gone 4 of 4 from the floor. Perfect start. And so it looks like it'll be Philadelphia ball. And the 76ers making a change here. Lowry's checked in.
Number 7.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Another three for Philadelphia.
5 out of 5 to start things off. They certainly seem to be in a good rhythm.
And Miami decides to take their first time out here. Some changes for Philadelphia. Bona comes in for Embiid, and McCain subbed in for Maxey. George against Powell. Tipped away. Pass to Wiggins. Back to Hero.
Come to me.
Clock at 6. Right wing.
2 minutes remaining.
Here's Wiggins. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock.
Ooh, striking with little time left. Expert timing on the shot by Wiggins.
And there's 1:45 left now in the first quarter. The captain, that's good.
12 straight points off threes. This defense is not extending very well.
1:33 left in the first. Wiggins passes to Hero. Up to Powell. From downtown. The captain with a rebound. And here's Lowry. He'll bring it up for Philadelphia. Fresh off a win against the Pacers.
They were so consistent from the three-point range in that one. And that's a nice weapon to have as a visiting team.
Yeah, they just pummeled them from the perimeter. Did a nice job working the ball around and getting those high percentage looks.
So it's Miami now. Following that last three-pointer by Philadelphia. Novic's shot is off. There's 47 seconds left in the opening quarter. Count it. Good. The captain's got 13.
They're starting to pull away here as their shots keep falling.
Yeah, the D is looking helpless to stop them right now. They're doing whatever they want to do on offense.
Now here's Wiggins. Making a mark on the offensive end. Scoring around 13 a game. And again, no good by Miami. The Sixers lead by 14. Here's Lowry. Banked it in off the glass. He's got 5.
An outstanding first quarter from the field.
We've got 22 seconds left in the first. Offensively, it's been a struggle for them.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
Hero against Lowry. Can they get it? Deflected! Here's McCain. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater!
And just nails the three. Way to close the quarter.
He knew exactly how he wanted to do it, too. There was no doubt in his mind that it was going to fall.
And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers out in front by 19 going into the break. It hasn't taken them too many shots to get their points. They're winning with efficiency. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this. Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Philadelphia?
Well, so far, their long-range shooting has been the story, doing damage from deep.
And also, the coaching staff has to love the hustle so far. Just playing with great energy, getting out and converting in transition.
Andre Drummond is out there with Ben Simmons. Then there's Tyrese Maxey. Then it's Kyle Lowry. And it's Oubre in at the 3 spot. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. The shot by Johnson, no good.
Give the defender credit. Willing to challenge the shot. Lots of other guys just let them score there.
They've been very well-rounded and extremely focused.
Yeah, not just an impressive showing on offense, but on defense as well. Executing their game plan perfectly.
Now here's Mitchell. He's been productive, averaging just over 7 points a game. Johnson passes to Fontecchio. 6 to shoot. Powell for 3. Got a hand on it. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Oubre. Grimes, he's checked in for the Sixers.
Number 5, Quentin.
Just over a minute has passed here in the second quarter.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
So Nick Nurse has decided to call timeout here. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments. We're seeing more and more teams playing 5 out now, RJ, with big men who can shoot from 3. Is that where the game's headed?
Those players are still hard to find, but I think more 7-footers will look to develop their long-distance shooting. It's becoming the new norm.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks. Well, a bit of youth movement for the Miami Heat. Their rising star guard, Tyler Hero, said, "We've got a bunch of young guys who can come in and put in the work, and that's what I'm all about." This is an organization that values that, and it's important that we all have the same vision as the young guys start to grow up. Brian, back over to you.
Okay, thanks for the report, Allie. A different look for Miami. Adebayo comes in for Johnson, and it's Hero in for Larson. And we're a little over a minute and a half into this second quarter. Outside Mitchell. Pass to Fontecchio. Back to Powell. Shot clock at 6. Looking to end the run. Rebound by Philadelphia. To the middle. Here's Gordon. Ooh, good finish at the rack off a slick feed.
He drops yet another dime. Just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
Oubre against Powell. Driving to the basket. To the inside. Oubre with a steal. Here's the captain. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
Their offense is looking like a well-oiled machine, getting any look they want.
Right about that. Seems like they haven't missed.
For Miami, they've gone 0 for 4 in the second quarter. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second. Out of bounds. It'll be Philadelphia's ball. Jovic, he's checked in for Miami. Wiggins comes in for Mitchell. And here's Simmons. He'll bring it up for Philadelphia. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. Up top, Powell. Simmons defending. Pass to Wiggins.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
Powell in the post. Simmons defending. Powell, it's good.
And he gives up some size inside, but makes a great adjustment on the finish.
Yeah, you can give up some size, but that shows you how fearless he is, willing to attack the basket no matter who is in front of him.
For Miami, they've got nothing to go out of 5 attempts so far this quarter. Hero outside. Back to Powell. Top of the key jumper, no good.
Defense kind of rolled the dice there, and I'm a little surprised that it ended up going their way with the miss.
Launches a three. The captain misses. Miami has gone 0 for 3 from deep to begin the second. Powell against Gordon. Up top, Powell. Last game, he had 28 points. Adebayo sets a screen. Wiggins, no good. Philadelphia has gone 2 of 4 from the perimeter in the second so far. And at the midpoint of the season, a great time to check out the power rankings. Gives you a good idea of how teams stack up. You take a look at Cleveland. They're building some momentum right now and aiming for a spot in the top 5.
You know, for Philadelphia, they're the best team in the league. No surprise at all. I mean, they have the talent. They will be a factor in the title race.
Looking at who's out there now for Philadelphia. Embiid, he's checked in for Bona. George comes in for Oubre. Grimes, he's checked in for Gordon. And it's Tyrese Maxey in for Simmons. Ooh, took him no time at all to get that one. The captain's got 21.
And he's made his mark on offense especially. They got to be thankful he's on their squad.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Hero, the pass to Jovic. Outside Mitchell. Launches it. Joel Embiid with the board. George finds Embiid. Over Adebayo. Again, Philadelphia.
Just continuing to pile it on, refusing to let up.
If he has space in the mid-range, he'll let it fly. Doesn't matter if the score is tied or they are up big.
And so it's Philadelphia with an almost surefire victory here, up 32 at the end of the quarter, and dominant. Thank you, Allie. Good stuff. We will be right back after this break for the beginning of the third quarter.
Howdy, folks. The moment you've been waiting for is here. Before we recap
You take a look at the Heat, they haven't looked intimidating thus far. The hunger to improve just isn't there. That worries you.
Switching back to that first half of action, everything's been working for the 76ers. And that'll do it for us. Thanks for stopping by. We'll head...
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Now Philadelphia with it, setting the floor for the Heat. They've got Andrew Wiggins. Bam Adebayo is out there with Powell. Then there's Tyler Hero, and it's Jovic in at the 5, roaming the paint.
They've been pretty lax with their perimeter defense, giving up a lot of three-pointers.
It's Wiggins on the wing, covered by Grimes. Wiggins passes to Jovic. Powell for 3, 5 on the clock. The captain with a rebound. The captain's got 4 rebounds now. Pass to Maxey. Here's the captain. There's the 3. And Philadelphia hits again from deep.
Yeah, he's in his bag from beyond the arc right now. You see his confidence.
And of course, it helps space the floor, which gives this offense more room to operate.
Wiggins outside. Now Adebayo. Soft touch off the glass. Adebayo's got his second bucket of the night.
And once Bam gets the ball inside, the bucket is almost guaranteed. He's a serious producer in the paint.
George for three, buries it from three.
The strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes.
Back to Powell, fires the three, and Joel Embiid pulls it down.
Just an ugly show from him offensively. Yep, no way to describe it, just ugly, and that hasn't helped.
Well, Grant, if you had to say, is there anything you think is underrated about Embiid?
You know, B.A., I think it's his intelligence. Joel's a heady player. Sometimes big men don't get enough credit for their smarts on the court. Embiid knows the game.
They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Hey, team. Tyler Hero wants to be the complete package. He said, quote, "I'm not thinking score, score, score. It's more about finding different ways to impact the game, knowing I don't have to force the issue. When I'm taking efficient shots and making the right passes, that makes us a dangerous team." Back over to you, Brian.
He's finding that balance. Okay, Allie, good stuff. Powell passes to Adebayo. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. That's on Joel Embiid.
Inside, Bam really doesn't hold back. He takes his shot right through the foul.
And a new group getting ready for the Sixers. Drummond's checked in for Joel Embiid. Oubre comes in for George. McCain's checked in for Grimes. And it's Kyle Lowry in for Maxey. And Miami also making a switch. Mitchell's checked in.
Wow, their opponent is doing a tremendous job spacing the floor.
And here's Mitchell. He'll bring it up for Miami. 1:51 left in the third. Hero. And Andrew Wiggins gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game. Fontecchio's checked in for Wiggins.
Number 0, Simone Fontecchio.
And here are the 76ers. They're on an 18-6 run. Here's the captain. Connects again from distance. Man, he's really launching them from outside the arc.
Man, so locked in, feeling confident in his three-point shot tonight.
Hero against McCain. Here's Adebayo. And the bucket counts. And he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a three-point play. Larson's checked in for Miami. Miami shooting their 6th attempt at the charity stripe in the game.
You have to love the style Bam brings with him to the floor. He's such a spirited player, and you can see his teammates enjoy it as well.
And again for three. Man, he's really launching them from outside the arc.
Man, so locked in, feeling confident in his three-point shot tonight.
Fontecchio outside. Back to Hero. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound.
He's just basically a body out there right now, nothing else. The team is struggling, and he hasn't been able to help them out at all.
Connects from downtown.
Wow, 5 consecutive threes. This defense looking very frustrated right now.
Wing shot on the way. Not enough on that one as it misses. This is why you want ball movement and player movement.
And that's made it hard for the defense to key in on any one individual.
6-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. The captain, that's good.
And just a shrewd pass by Lowry. He has a gift for seeing what's happening on the floor and finding shooters.
Now Hero to stop the run. And finished off by Adebayo.
That'll drive your coach crazy, failing to box out.
Oh, yeah, you think you got to stop, and it's wasted because of sloppy work on the glass. You literally practice that every day.
And so it's Philadelphia making this game a no contest. They poured it on early, and they've never let up. And they've been shooting the lights out from the arc. All those. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And he definitely deserves the award. Reading the defense like a point guard.
He'll be proud of that one. Bigs love when their passing skills are noticed.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. We've got Kyle Lowry Andre Drummond is out there with Ben Simmons. Then there's Jared McCain, and it's Oubre in at the 3 slot. That's the group in the game for the 76ers. And the 76ers call time here. Group substitution here for Philadelphia. Kyle's gone only 1 of 7 from the field here. Here's the captain. He got it again. Sensational. And that gives him 51.
Making it look easy.
Mitchell with the ball. Well, a lot of eyes focused on NBA officiating, but where their eyes are focused is also a topic.
Yeah, the league's able to track officials' position on the court and even tell where they're looking. And you cross-check that with the results and train them where to be and where to keep watching.
Here's the captain. And Philadelphia hits again for Pete.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
He's just riding the wave of momentum right now, getting to his spots and keeping things simple on the offensive side.
Fontecchio with a screen. Clock at 6. Here's Rozier. Rebound by the 76ers. The captain's got 6 rebounds in the game.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass. Their offense has been unstoppable, just firing on all cylinders.
They've had great execution, and what stands out is that they're just taking what the defense gives them, not forcing anything.
Powell outside. Going inside, and Powell with the stuff.
B.A., the one-hand dunk just looks so fluid.
Yeah, absolutely. Even smooth when he's powering it home like that.
Their offense is looking like a well-oiled machine, getting any look they want.
Right about that. Seems like they haven't missed.
Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
Pass to Fontecchio. This one for 3. And Watford pulls it down. Now Philadelphia with it. A big stretch here going. 10-2. Fires the 3. Another one falls. Amazing. Oh, he's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
B.A., it feels like he can't miss.
Simmons against Mitchell. Pass to Powell. Rozier outside. On the wing, Mitchell. Simmons defending. 3-pointer Rozier. The rebound by Simmons. Simmons has got his 4th rebound in this one. Another bucket. Wow.
Oh, make that 61 points.
Everything is going his way right now. Mitchell deciding where to go with it. Here's Powell. Here's Fontecchio, and he battles for the ball, gets his second chance bucket.
And let's face it, this one was never really in question. They came out with purpose and just overwhelmed the opposition. A great win for the 76ers.
Pretty clear who the better team was today. They dominated in just about every phase of this game, Grant.
B.A., it's almost hard to think what didn't go well for them. Their plan, their execution, everything was absolutely on point.
Man, what a special year they're having, picking up their 59th win.
And they have to feel pretty good about themselves, taking the first 2 games of the season between these teams.
And what a huge performance it was for the captain.
We saw him get a lot of touches tonight, and he wasted very few of them. Really made himself the backbone of their offense.
And here's Mitchell. He'll bring it up for Miami. Pass to Larson. Here's Rozier. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
And Rozier doesn't fear contact. He welcomes the chance to get to the line whenever he can.
And the 76ers with some changes. Drummond's checked in for Bona. McCain comes in for Edwards. And it's Lowry in for Watford. Miami also changing it up. Adebayo's checked in for Fontecchio. Jovic comes in for Larson. And it's Hero in for Mitchell. Pass to Jovic. Now Adebayo. Powell outside. Fires for three. It's tipped. About 3 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Drummond, a screen on Powell. Here's the captain. And the 76ers another three.
Stepping up and nailing an important shot to put this away.
And that score probably slams the door for any would-be comebacks. And look, they put this one to bed.
Now here's Hero. So it's the 76ers winning this one easily. Well, this might not have been the most competitive game we've ever seen, but you've got to appreciate their massive.
Greg, how about this matchup we have here tonight? Two teams that really like to shoot the three.
It's going to be a shootout, Kevin. Something we see more and more of in today's NBA. I think whichever team makes more threes wins this one.
Look at the 76ers starting group. We've got George, the captain out there with Joel Embiid. Then there's Maxey. And it's Grimes in at the two-guard spot. The captain with the bucket.
Nice effort taking the early lead. Here we go.
Always good to see the ball go through the net early. You know there's not a lid on that thing.
Tatum, rebounded by the captain. And here's George for three. The 76ers another three.
Quick decision right there from George, not giving the D any time to react.
Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
I caught up with Coach Joe Mazzulla. I brought up Tyrese Maxey and I asked him what makes him so hard to guard. He said, quote, to put things simply, his speed and his decision making. He's one of the fastest guys in the game and also picks smart shots to take. That combination is lethal. We'll see how his defense fares against Maxey tonight. Back to you.
All right, Allie, we thank you for that. Here's White. Philadelphia able to drain the three. Simons, the pass to Tatum. Nice ball movement by Boston. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Now the 76ers with it. Right now they're on a 9-0 run. Fires the three. Another three for Philadelphia.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Boston off to a slow start. A 12-point game. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
Yeah, in that game, the offense was firing on all cylinders, partly because the other team's defense was a no-show.
Yeah, they didn't play down to the level of their opponent. That's not an easy thing to pull off, but they certainly were focused in this one.
Edgecombe, he's checked in for Quentin Grimes.
S.1 Celtics Entertainment.
So first quarter just over a minute and a half in. Pass to White. Launches a three. Sinks the triple.
And that's an important basket there. The game was in danger of getting away from him here early if they let that run go on much longer.
Now here's Embiid. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game.
Well, that is setting the tone. Perfect 5 for 5 to start this game.
Here's Tatum, outside White. Pass to Boucher. Back to White. Here he goes. Just 5 on the clock. And now Philadelphia on the break. Nice catch and finish on the alley-oop.
displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
So far, a great game plan and great execution, but we still have a long way to go.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Maxey against Simons. Tatum on the wing. A 32-point game for him in the win against Brooklyn.
And players avoid taking mid-range shots these days. It's almost like the threes are easier for players to get.
Buries the long-range jumper. And 12 points for the captain.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Outside, Simons. And another miss by Boston. Philadelphia leading by 16. One thing is certain about Anthony Simons, the guy is a pure scorer.
Well, it comes so naturally to him. He's got a great handle, and he can get his shot off whenever he wants. Plus, he's got limitless range.
76ers have gone 8 of 8. What a hot start for them. Here's Edgecombe. The 76ers another 3.
And they are shooting the lights out from distance here early.
Boston's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. And some changes here for the Celtics. Kate is checked in, and Sam Hauser subbed in for Tatum. And then for Philadelphia, Andre Drummond's checked in for Embiid. Oubre comes in for George. And Kyle Lowry subbed in for Edgecombe. Now here's Brown. Really played well against Brooklyn in his last outing. Here's White. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Pass to the captain. Lets it go with a 3. Rebounded by Hauser.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
And it's sent back by Drummond.
Not letting that one fly. Drummond using his height and wingspan to deny.
Wow, what a play!
Unbelievable!
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Well, it's just an outstanding effort thus far. They've done a great job at both ends.
And then Brown with the dunk.
Oh, fellas, that was vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one.
Yeah, they built up this lead 3 points at a time.
Yeah, when you string triples together, it adds up quickly.
And so it's Philadelphia, finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24 points. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. Back right after this. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the 76ers.
We've got a bunch of this game yet to be played, but they're shooting it well from the three-point line. That's got to be a welcome sight.
And then there's the points off turnovers. They've really made the other team pay when they've lacked ball security.
Pritchard and White are they're gone. Then there's Sam Hauser. And it's Minot in at the 4-man position. That's who's in the game for the Celtics.
And you know, Lowry, the consummate floor general, his leadership on the court and in the locker room really brings this team together and makes them an effective unit.
It's sent back down by Simmons. And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here. And some changes here for the 76ers. Bonus checked in, and the captain subbed in for Maxey. Here's the captain. He's coming off an unbelievably high-scoring game.
And guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
This defense is trying to stay connected to him, but he is on a mission.
Here's Pritchard. Can't hit that one. Good work defensively by Lowry. Philadelphia dictating the flow. The captain passes to Lowry. Here's Tarlock. That's in, coming off an assist from Lowry. The captain's got a pair of triples in the second now for the 76ers. And so White will bring it up for Boston. Tim, one thing about the NBA, there is never a shortage of exciting young players to watch and cover. Who are you excited about in watching them grow and take it from this point forward?
Well, I love two big lead guards. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Cade Cunningham certainly come to mind. Both of those guys are established stars in this league, and yet there is still so much more they can add to their games. The sky is the limit.
And they seem to have the right attitude. Am I right in your assessment?
They are guys that everybody wants to play with. They're mature as leaders as well.
Oubre, good.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
And because of that, this one looks like a bit of a mismatch.
Pass to Hauser. Will it go? They grab their own miss. And the rejection by Lowry. Here's the captain. He's got 23. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
I think everybody in here is in shock. In many ways, their team just hasn't shown up.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Hauser finds White. Lets the three fly. Boston again missing.
And it just feels like his poor shooting has been contagious to his entire team as they find themselves trailing.
Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Derek White is an impact player, but is he a star in this league? White said, "I'm not into labels. I just know whatever the team needs, I'm ready to do it. And what does this team want from him?" He said, "Be aggressive, don't defer." And hearing that from great players, it just gives you confidence. Guys, back to you.
Truly an impact player. Thank you, Allie. In the corner, it's Oubre. Hits the three-point bomb. Oubre's got 5 now.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
White a screen on Lowry. With the drive, outside White. Boston again missing.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
Yeah, it's just time to settle everything down. Get high percentage looks, and then D up.
And here's Boston. No points yet here in the second quarter for them. Next up for them, the Bucks in Milwaukee. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. White, good.
And some much-needed offense right there. He ends that fantastic run by Philadelphia.
Pass to Bona. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. Oubre, good.
And after not scoring in the first, he's finally starting to get into a groove.
Out to the right wing. Three-pointer, Pritchard. It's hauled in by the 76ers. They come in fresh off a win against the Heat.
Yeah, I felt like they attacked, but with a purpose. They knew what they wanted to accomplish coming in.
You have to take advantage of opportunities. That's exactly what they did, and really, that's all you can ask for. Watch Derek.
White against Oubre. Pass to Minot. No one near him. Oubre pulls it in. Here's Lowry. Oubre outside. Here's Tarlock. And it is good at the buzzer. Wow.
Wow. What a way to finish up the quarter.
We always talk about closing quarters and halves, the importance of it. There you go.
And so it's Philadelphia, able to put on a show for the ages. Their defense has been terrific in this game. Allie, let's go to you courtside. What do you have for us?
Joel, the reserves have been awesome so far. What are you seeing from them?
The bench has helped us a lot. They've come in, they scored the ball, they've gotten stopped, so we're going to need them to keep it going.
Helps to have backup. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you, Allie. And folks, don't go away. Halftime is here, and we'll be right back with you after this break.
And get ready for the fan half-court jump line. They're picking up the shot. One more time, a round of applause for our contestants.
Thanks for stopping by, y'all. First up on the show tonight, a quick look ahead of some upcoming games on the docket.
In that game against the Spurs, they don't want to say it, but they are very confident coming into this one. And who can blame them?
They played some good ball this season. Their opponent, not so much.
And let's talk now about that first half. What a commanding start for the 76ers.
They've imposed their will on the glass, getting all the 50-50 balls and maybe even a few 20-80 balls.
Love the activity. Don't just say you want to win. Prove it and get it.
And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's about to resume.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. You know, the captain has been exceptional here, guys.
Yeah, something that isn't his strength, but he's done a great job of finding the open man.
Well, this team has trusted him with this level of responsibility, and it's easy to see why.
Taking a look at the 76ers, George is out there with the captain. Then there's Tyrese Maxey. Then there's Quentin Grimes. And it's Embiid in at the center position. And for over a decade in the NBA, Greg, Paul George was as scary a wing as you'd find.
Man, a two-way terror with elite size and athleticism. The Sixers paid him hoping for more of the same. But can he hold off Father Time?
Pocket four. Simons finds White. No good on the three.
There's some defense for you. For someone who's as good at shooting the three ball as he is, you need a defender who's equally good at guarding against it. That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Back to Simons. That's tipped. Outside, Maxey from outside the arc. Rebounded by the Celtics.
And all the credit goes to the defender. Very hard to contest threes without fouling.
And it's Simons missing.
That's three straight misses to start the second half. Not what they wanted.
Pass to the captain. Takes the three. The three-pointer is right on target. The captain's got 6 here in this quarter.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Here's Brown. Shot to stop the run, and he sinks the layup.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
Here's Turlock. They get it again, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Embiid. We've got a moment now to go to our rookie watch and find out who among the NBA's freshman class have been the hottest shooters. Well, you look at the captain, leading the league in field goal percentage. He always gets good looks.
And his confidence is going to keep growing if he continues shooting like he has over the past month.
And they double up Brown. White finds Brown. Over George. And it's Brown missing.
This is definitely not how they envisioned starting the second half.
Connects in the foul line jumper. 6 points for Jaylen Brown.
And not the easiest shot on the floor. And Brown sticking with that one, showing his confidence.
You see a lot of pick and rolls, but you also, Greg, hear about inverted screens. Can you explain to the viewers what that means?
Yeah, that's where your guard actually is the one setting the pick for the bigger player. And having little guys who are willing to put their body on the line, you think of a Steph Curry, a John Stockton, two of the best to ever do it.
First free throw is good. Hey, Greg, kind of a combo forward. Tatum at 6'8", more than capable of playing up at the power forward position.
And that's where he's mostly played the last few seasons. And his rebounding is more than just serviceable. Credit him for the strength he's added over his career.
And the Celtics making a change here. Pritchard's checked in. The captain with the bucket.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
They have found a weakness in the defense, and it's on their ability to defend the three-point line.
And here's Tatum for three. Boston, no good that time either. And the 76ers with possession. They're on a 15-6 run. Drummond with a screen on Brown. The 76ers, another three.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
1:24 left to play in the third. And he banks in the layup. Brown's got 6 here in this quarter.
Well, he's certainly not the reason they're down. If they're going to grab the lead here, more guys are going to have to step up.
Here's Tarlock. Connects again from distance.
He has been on the money from deep.
Yep, definitely looking to shoot it as much as possible. Simmons against Tatum. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. The 76ers have gone 7 of 9 from the field to start this second half. Some tremendous shooting from them. And another one falls. Amazing.
And he's up to 52 points.
Yeah, making a GA look all too easy right now. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Lowry. 6-second difference between shot and game clock. And it's Drummond with the jam.
And when he gets himself into the right position, Drummond so powerful in terms of finishing at the rim. The only way to prevent that alley-oop is to keep him from getting to the launching pad in the first place.
Here's Tatum. And White kicks to Tatum. Drills it from outside. Tatum's got 5.
Well, that's a tough matchup because he's skilled and relentless.
Pass to the captain. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers enjoying the kind of gigantic lead you almost never see. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. Right back after this break. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Yeah, so impressive for a big guy to make a find like a guard.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Out on the wings for him, it'll be Simons and Brown. Then there's Sam Hauser. Then it's Peyton Pritchard. And it's Garza in at the 5. Home in the paint. That's the Boston 5. And the 76ers call time here. Changes for Philadelphia. Bonus checked in, and the captain subbed in for Jared McCain. Here is Lowry. Pass to the captain. They set the pick. Lets it go from deep. Garza pulls it in. The Celtics shooting only 21% from the field so far. Now, here's Simon. Here's Garza. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Bona's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Tarlock, and he makes good on the layup. The captain's got 54 points.
The defense has just been unable to slow him down. Wow, what a game.
Pritchard passes to Hauser. Rebound by the 76ers. The captain's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. We've played just over 1 minute here in the 4th quarter. Drills the three-pointer.
3 points.
The captain's got 57 points.
He has been in a great flow tonight, converting at a high rate.
It's stolen by Edwards. Pass to Bona. Outside for Lowry. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. Here's Simmons, and he uses the glass on the layup. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the 76ers.
They have been a wrecking ball defensively, coming up with steals, being active with their hands, and just doing a terrific job of disrupting the rhythm.
And I also really like the pace they've played with in this one, specifically how high tempo it's been, clearly working to their advantage so far. That's a breakdown defensively. He is far too good of a shooter to leave that wide open.
And got it! Another basket. 60 points. This guy cannot be stopped.
They've had no answer for him in this one.
Here's Simon. Missed inside.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Timeout called the 76ers. Both teams deciding to change it up.
Substitution on the court.
Philadelphia has gone 2 of 3 in the 4th quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. And Edgecombe gets it to go.
Now look out. Edgecombe can get it going from deep.
Celtics have gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the 4th. A lot of misses, just the one make. 3-pointer, Simon. That shot, no good.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
If he can just make a couple of buckets, though, this can all be put in his rearview mirror.
So many of the plays they're running designed to create opportunities from deep.
And all of that success from the three-point line will open up driving lanes. Let's see if they can take advantage of that as well.
Kept alive, Tatum, and a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket.
And that's simply Tatum making the hustle play, wanting it more than the opposition.
Pass to Edgecombe. Out to the right wing. From deep. And another assist for him.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long. You know, the pregame routine is something I know you embraced, and we see that with guys like Curry and Durant. We've heard a lot about what they do. What was the most important part of your pregame regimen, Tim?
Well, you know, Kevin, for me, I was really going to be judged based on catch-and-shoot percentages. Can I get off threes, and can I make threes? So for me, it was all about high-volume three-point shooting before the game, getting comfortable from every spot on the floor where I may get a shot.
And same routine every game?
Every game, same thing. And I made sure, of course, I finished on that make.
Wow.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. You can safely say mission accomplished now for the 76ers.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win, a game that not many will soon forget, and on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And reaching an impressive milestone on the year, this will be win number 60. And guys, they have played so well this season, I think pretty much any given night They've come in with that swagger and attitude, and they've really backed it up.
And their dominance continues, guys, as they sweep the season series 4-0.
And, you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for the captain.
Well, he just checked so many boxes tonight. He got buckets for himself, created for his team, and as a result, he just racked up a triple-double.
Pass to Boucher. The kick out to Brown. White setting the pig for Brown. Just 5 to shoot. Boston needs to get off a shot. Got a piece of it. Here's the captain. Back to George. Over Brown. And he wills that one in. Sinking right through off the back iron.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead. Calling on the right guys at the right time.
Well, they are making something very difficult look simple right now.
So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what?
Up next, the Spurs taking on the 76ers. For the San Antonio Spurs, they've won just 4 games out of their last 10, and they know they can do better. This team has talent, and they'll try to bring it all back together and get things on track with a win. Sixers, Spurs, and we'll be right back for tip-off. Thanks for tuning in to 2K26 and taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Keldon Johnson.
Well, his scoring has dipped over the last few seasons, and sometimes that can be cause for concern. But it doesn't always tell the full story. You have to consider his role, his usage, as well as the other ways he contributes to the team.
And a look at the starters for the Spurs. Up front, they're going with Johnson and Wemby. Harper out there with De'Aaron Fox. And it's Vassell in at the small forward. And for the 76ers, Maxey and Edgecombe man the backcourt. Then it's Joel Embiid. Then there's George. And it's the captain in at the 4. And so it's San Antonio with it. It's a 3-point game. 6 on the shot clock. And the dunk by Wembanyama.
And Wembanyama can dunk it basically just standing up. You got to keep him out of the paint.
Now Philadelphia with it. What an impressive regular season they've been having, getting to 60 wins.
When you talk about magic numbers for a team, 60 wins means you're having an historic year. In fact, we've had stretches longer than 5 years without any team winning 60. So it's really hard to do.
San Antonio with the ball, following that last 3-pointer by Philadelphia.
Well, that is stifling coverage on the perimeter. That's how you stop a good shooter in his tracks.
And the Spurs willing to be patient with this rebuild, but when De'Aaron Fox became available, Grant, they did not blink.
Yeah, he's just too dynamic to pass up, and still young enough to grow with their core. Now it's about making the pieces click.
Here's George. What a tremendous game he played against Boston. 3-pointer Embiid. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
And we know Embiid has this kind of touch from deep. Nice triple.
San Antonio has gone 0 for 3 from downtown. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
I was able to catch up with the head coach of the 76ers. Well, no surprise, we started chatting about Victor Wembanyama, and I asked what the plan was there, and coach said with a shrug, stay on him and hope for the best. What can you do? So still no magic answers for how to slow down a unique threat like Wemby on the floor. Brian, back to you.
And Allie, thank you for that. Drills it from deep.
5 straight buckets to start the game. Off to a hot start.
And so it's Fox with it. He'll bring it up for the San Antonio Spurs. Trailing by 10. 13 feet out. Vassell outside. The 3. No good that time. And George with some nice D. Here's Embiid. And he banks in the layup. Embiid's gotten his second bucket on the night.
I just love the ball move.
And here's a timeout from Mitch Johnson. He might have seen something and needs to review with his guys. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Knicks.
It's always hard to get a win on the road, especially when you show zero energy on the defensive end.
Yeah, when you have a defensive showing this poor, it's normally due to an overall lack of effort.
McCain's checked in for Philadelphia. Lowry comes in for Maxey. A big group substitution here for San Antonio. Sohan's checked in for Johnson. Barnes comes in for Vassell. Waters is checked in for Harper. And it's McLaughlin in for De'Aaron Fox. Here's Waters, covered by McCain. Shot clock at 6. McLaughlin past to Wembanyama. Puts up a 3. Grant, as the season draws to a close, most individual player stats are becoming more solidified.
And that can affect players' mentalities, B.A. Since certain numbers may bring bonuses or trade interests, meanwhile, winning still has to be job number 1. They're using his size well and putting some muscle behind his blade. That's how Sohan gets to his shot inside.
From the arc, the captain, that's good. The captain's got 11.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
Pass to Sohan. There's the block. George outside. And that comes off the assist by Lowry.
This has been just a dreadful start for them defensively. Not good at all.
They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
Here's McLaughlin. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
There's 10 seconds left to play in the first. No good from 11 feet. And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game so far. Sixers ahead, up by 16. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the 76ers.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
And another thing, they found the open man. Really playing unselfish basketball, moving the ball around there on the perimeter.
Andre Drummond is out there with Ben Simmons. Then it's Kyle Lowry, then it's Maxey, and it's Oubre in at the 3. That's the group in the game for the 76ers. So Nick Nurse has decided to call timeout here. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. So both teams making some changes here. Boy, it's been fun watching this player do his thing lately. Our player of the week for the Eastern Conference.
Oh, it's been so much fun to watch him on the offensive end recently. He's really his team's engine on that end of the floor, sparking plays and helping them find open shots and big points.
Now here's Simmons. Three-pointer. Hey, he's now 6 for 6. He is cooking right now.
He's been so aggressive on offense, and with the results, you understand why.
Well, yeah, and the defense is going to have to respond to that and chase him off the arc.
Here's Champagny, averaging around 6 a game. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. Here's a look at the schedule for Philadelphia. On Wednesday, they'll defend home court against the Utah Jazz. Then on Saturday, they'll take on Kristaps Porzingis and the Atlanta Hawks.
And that game against the Cavaliers, you'd be hard-pressed to find a more even pairing in the league. That one promises to be a really closely fought battle.
Waters checked in for San Antonio, the captain. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
A dozen consecutive points off of threes. This defense looks rattled.
And Fox, here we go. And it's Fox with the jam.
Whoa, Fox, what a finish.
Philadelphia leading by 19. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, Spurs talent evaluators first laid eyes on Victor Wembanyama when he was 15 years old, playing on a youth team in France. At that point, the franchise was enjoying its 22nd straight winning season, but the opportunity to just maybe draft a prospect like Wemby gave them the impetus to rebuild. Back to you, BA.
Okay, Allie, thanks for the report.
So much force. Easy money for Drummond.
And so it's Fox with it. He'll bring it up for the Spurs. They host the Pistons after this one. The 3 from Barnes. Fires in the triple.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, You do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
The captain, that's good.
He's putting on a show this quarter, and the team's feeding off his energy.
For San Antonio, they've gone 2 of 4 here in the second quarter. And here's the timeout from Mitch Johnson now. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. The 76ers will have a different look here. Bonus checked in for Drummond. Oubre comes in for Edwards. Gordon, he's checked in for Grimes. And it's Maxey in for Simmons. San Antonio also making some changes. Wembanyama's checked in for Cornette. And it's Harper in for Waters. Now here's Wembanyama. 33 points last game. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Wembanyama's gotten his second bucket of the game.
They didn't do themselves any favors with their shooting in the first quarter. They're starting to pick it up now.
And Grant, offensively, Wemby has a lot of different options. Talk about his game.
Well, put simply, we've never seen a 7-footer with this array of skills. He's an efficient shooter from anywhere, and the length to just about ignore defenders. I mean, he's got it all.
Now here's Wembanyama, a proven scorer in this league, averaging just over 25 a game.
That's a defender doing just enough to cause a miss on the last.
Oh, are you kidding me?
My goodness.
Yeah, just an outstanding find by Maxey. More than willing to give it up to open teammates.
Thanks to the AT&T Connected Cam for the up-close and personal view of that slam. The Spurs have got 3 of 6 shots to go here in the second quarter. Inside, here's Wembanyama. That bucket makes him 3 for 5.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
Philadelphia's gone 4 of 4 from three-point land in the second quarter. And he lobs it up.
Just flawless timing right there.
Right? The dish, the catch, the flush, the whole thing was perfect. There's 1:17 left to play in the second quarter. Here's Fox. Kicks it out to Barnes. With the floater. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. He's getting his first free throw attempts of the night now. No good on the free throw. Some changes for Philadelphia. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Bona. Paul George comes in for Oubre. And it's Edgecombe in for Gordon. San Antonio also making some changes. Johnson comes in for Sohan. And it's Vassell in for De'Aaron Fox. For San Antonio, they've gone 4 for 7 in the second quarter. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Sixers. Here in March, things are heating up. Let's check out the teams in the West. You look at the Spurs, when it comes to playoff seedings, they're in a dubious position right now. 9th place in the conference.
Checking out San Antonio, I really think they've been hit and miss thus far. I mean, they are a playoff level team, but are they championship level? Probably not.
Yeah, and that's not a knock on them. This is where most people expected them to be. They just don't have the talent to be up there with the contenders.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
Here's the captain. Solid shot from a distance of about 14 feet. The captain's got 32 points.
He's been in total control offensively, and the defense has had no answers.
The baseline J. San Antonio again can't hit.
Yeah, well, that's a shot the defense is probably going to let him keep taking.
They get it back. Here's Embiid. Oh, a dunk and a foul! A powerhouse move. He's got a chance for one more at the line. It's going to be on Victor Wembanyama. Philadelphia shooting their first free throw tonight.
At the line for your Sixers.
The free throw drops for Embiid. And so it's Philadelphia cruising into the next quarter with a 30-point advantage. And their three-point shooting, a big reason they have a sizable lead. We'll be right back with you shortly.
Fans get ready for some high RPM and amazing stuff from your pocket light, Arena Entertainment.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. Let's first take a gander at the rest of the NBA schedule for the night and what's in store. Over at Spectrum Center, the Hornets will face off against the Mavericks. It's going to tip off at 7 p.m. Eastern Time.
This is going to be either a lopsided game or a terrific upset.
And turning back to our first half, things going well, extremely well, for the Philadelphia 76ers.
They've kept the ball moving. No one's trying to be a hero, and you see the results.
Yeah, they're just not slinging it around. They are passing with a purpose.
And that's it for halftime. Thank you for joining us. We send you back to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. Well, few descriptions more glowing than saying a player is clutch. What, in your opinion, Grant, enables a player to be that way?
You know, B.A., it's about confidence and command. When you're able to process and execute under the pressure, both internal and external, that's when you have a chance to be clutch.
And on the floor for Mitch Johnson starting the second half. Up front, they're going with Johnson and Wemby. De'Aaron Fox is out there with Harper, and it's Vassell in at the small forward position.
Hard to win games when you allow clean looks from the perimeter.
And Fox has got the ball here for the Spurs. Outside Wembanyama. Doesn't go for him.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
Shoots from the block. Tips it. Second chance shot. The captain. That's good. The captain's got 5 points in the quarter.
I mean, he's ignoring the scoreboard. He just keeps coming at him.
Well, you have to play like it's a tight game. You cannot let up in this league. Well, halftime is supposed to be for adjustments. I'm sure this isn't what they had in mind.
In a lot of ways, Paul George has been the prototype of the modern swingman, Grant.
Yeah, 6'8", and with his versatile skill set, plug and play on any team. But health has been a challenge as of late. Now in his mid-30s, can he maintain that elite level?
Wembanyama with a bucket.
All too easy for Wembanyama. He feels like no one can defend him inside.
Pass to the captain. The three from Edgecombe. Knocks down the long J. Edgecombe's got 9.
They are unconscious from outside. And so far, the defense has had no answer.
Look, when the three is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
Back to Fox. Here's Harper. No points so far. And he'll take a trip to the line for 2. Clearly got fouled on that shot.
And Harper doesn't shy away from contact. He embraces any chance he gets to go to the line.
One thing people notice about Dylan Harper, he loves to get going downhill.
Yeah, he delights in bullying his way through a defense, using a blend of speed and size to get to where he wants to go.
The captain, that's good.
And he was dominant in their last outing. And the same thing here tonight. He is in a terrific groove right now.
Yeah, for sure. He is just oozing confidence. Thinks every shot is going in. They should just keep running sets for him.
Vassell's shot is good.
Yeah, and that mid-range shot is really Vassell's primary weapon.
Connects again from distance. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable, B.A. Unbelievable.
On the wing, Vassell. The basket's good off the assist from Fox.
3 points.
Fox has got 3 assists in the game.
What a response from Vassell. Coming right back with the 3 of his own. That's how to stand your ground under the glass. He was determined.
Johnson with a bucket.
And defensively, that's just not going to cut it.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Lets it go from deep. The rebound by Victor Wembanyama. Wembanyama's got 6 rebounds here tonight. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Thank you, Brian. Victor Wembanyama is trying to gain strength, but he said it's important not to lose your mobility. So bulking up is not a good word. It's more being stable. That's the way to keep going. I don't need to bulk up. I need to get my core stronger. I need to get solid. Guys, back over to you.
That approach makes sense. All right, Allie, thanks for the report.
And such a crafty individual. Harper knows where to get his shots.
Here's the captain. Good! Another from 3. Ooh, you can tell he's feeling it right now.
B.A., he's on fire.
Pass to Wembanyama. Here's Harper. Back to Wembanyama from behind the arc. And that one goes. He's now recorded his 5th bucket in 8 tries.
Well, he's been able to find points, just not enough of them. They've got to string together some more buckets.
Philadelphia moving it around. The captain. And again for 3.
He's been on the money from deep.
Definitely. Looking to shoot as much as possible. Outside Johnson. Back to Fox. Pass to Harper. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. Here's the captain. Covered by Johnson. Hits yet again. Wow!
My goodness. 50 for the game.
Just putting on a show. 3-pointer. Fox. That shot, no good. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers. Don't see too many 39-point leads in the NBA. Incredible. And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. And here's Fox. He'll bring it up for San Antonio. Ben Simmons is out there with Kelly Oubre. Then there's Jared McCain. Then it's Kyle Lowry. And it's Drummond in at the center position. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia.
Good passing to set that up. Teamwork on display.
Pass to Drummond. Takes a 3. And Lowry with the basket on the assist by Drummond.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
Fox, the pass to Sohan. And stolen by Simmons. And Philadelphia calls time here.
It may be a players' league, but the coaches obviously play a big part as well.
And this is when a coach earns his paycheck. Analyze the situation and give your players the information they need to succeed.
And a new group getting ready for the Sixers.
Substitution on the court.
And they've been moving the ball really well tonight.
Good things come to those who take good shots.
For 3, the captain. That's good. The captain's got 53 points.
Lackluster defense, showing no desire to chase shooters off that line.
Fox, the pass to Barnes. Yes! And a nice assist from Fox. Fox has got his 5th assist in this one. Philadelphia has gone 2 of 2 from outside so far in the 4th. The captain, that's good.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Fox against Simmons. Sohan, left side. Stan, I have to ask, how important is it to have a big man in today's NBA?
That is a great question, B.A. And look, things have really changed. We went from big, strong guys in the league and centered our game around those guys to then people wanted to play small ball and be more skilled. But now what everybody's figured out is we can get that same skill from bigger guys, and bigger and better is better than smaller and better.
And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line. So we'll see Ben Simmons go to the line here. It's on De'Aaron Fox. And some changes here for the 76ers. Andre Drummond is checked in for Bona. Oubre comes in for Watford. And it's Lowry in for Edwards. A big group substitution here for San Antonio. Wembanyama's checked in for Cornette. Johnson comes in for Sohan. Vassell, he's checked in for Barnes. And it's Harper in for Waters. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Harper. And that one comes up a bit short.
Can't blame him. Just trying to take what the defense allows.
Pass to the captain. The 3 is up. And it's good. He hits another one.
And this game has his name written all over it.
He has been phenomenal. An offensive onslaught. And stolen by Simmons. Lowry with it. Fox picks him up. Oubre passes to Drummond. Here's the captain. Another one goes. Incredible. That's 62 points. 62.
Amazing. A remarkable performance from him so far.
Fox outside. San Antonio moving the ball around. Wembanyama screen. To stop the drought. Drops in the 3.
Wembanyama quickly with one of his own, firing right back.
Minute 32 left in the 4th. Here's the captain. Yet another bucket.
And this game has his name written all over it.
He has been phenomenal. An offensive onslaught.
It's safe to say they have dominated this game. The game wasn't even as close as the score says in a great win for the 76ers.
Their unbelievable shooting was probably the biggest difference tonight, but they also got stops.
Yeah, great effort on both ends. Now, they worked for good shots, and they were stingy defensively as well, but just really impressive.
And all year, this squad has been playing with real urgency and determination. No surprise to see them hit 61 total wins.
And with this one all but in the record books, they set the tone in the first of what would be only 2 meetings between these teams.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for the captain.
Anytime they needed a bucket, they'd put the ball in his hands and say, go make a play. It was impressive to watch.
Outside Johnson. Pass to Harper. Wembanyama, screen on Simmons. Here's Harper. Let's go with a 3. The captain with a rebound.
His shot selection's been poor. If I were coaching this team, he'd be sitting next to me.
Simmons, the pass to the captain. 2-second difference between shot and game clock. Fox outside. So it's the 76ers winning this one easily. They didn't have too many problems tonight.
They didn't. Just a tremendous team effort. Once they had that big lead, they were not going to let the visitors back into the game.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. With Grant Hill, Stan Van Gundy, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson saying thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land
It's time for the NBA, live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke, and roaming the sideline for tonight's game, our Allie LaForce. And let's now take a look at some of the numbers for Lauri Markkanen.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage, and it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup, Anderson is out there with Walker Kessler. Then there's Bailey. Then it's George, and it's Markkanen in at the small forward. And for Philadelphia, in the backcourt, we'll see Maxey and Edgecombe. The captain out there with Embiid, and it's George in at the 3 spot. Greg, I think now is when we really see the value of depth as teams prepare for the playoffs.
It always helps when you can spread out your minutes, prevent stars from being overworked, and diminish the risk of injury.
And Anderson gets it to go.
Yeah, there's something different about Kyle Anderson offensively. He is not opposed to that mid-range.
Here's Turlock. It's good from long range.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
And so George will bring it up for Utah. To the wing on the left. Pass to Anderson. Shoots the 3. Out of hand on it. Driving to the basket.
Here he comes, and there he goes.
Look at him punish that rim. And that great replay brought to us by the AT&T Connected Cam. George against Maxey. Now Anderson. George passes to Bailey. Anderson outside. Markkanen in the corner. Connects from 3-point range.
Well, Markkanen sees an opportunity to make one of the easier threes in the NBA. That location in the corner, such valuable real estate.
You know, Greg, in recent seasons, Lauri Markkanen has taken on a leadership role.
And Markkanen has been the featured player on some very young teams, and he's really embraced that role, proving to be a positive influence both on and off the court. Aggressive slash from the young guard. George fears no one when attacking the basket.
Here's Turlock. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
Well, they were looking for a fast start, and they have been perfect from the tip.
Pass to Kessler. Now Bailey. 3-pointer. And Markkanen gets it to go on the assist from Bailey. Markkanen's got 6 points.
And how about the response by Markkanen? Made 3 on one end, he comes right back for his own team. Love it.
Back to Anderson. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
And maybe more than any team in the West, GA, the Jazz, really committing to the rebuild.
Well, in the West, it seems like you got 13 or 14 teams all trying to win now, and it just doesn't work that way. So it's not just about talent, it's also about timing.
Jared McCain's checked in for Philadelphia. He hits both from the stripe.
Well, he's got a great stroke from the line. That's not something we can say about all the league's big guys.
Here's Bailey. McCain defending. Anderson outside. Baseline J on the way. Rebound by the 76ers. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
Yeah, and that one, unbelievable shooting display, especially from long range. That turned out to be the difference.
Well, and I think what that was a product of was their movement off the basketball. Just tremendous work on the perimeter.
Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
And a first time out of the game called for Utah. Some changes for Philadelphia. Edwards comes in for George. And Simmons subbed in for Maxey. And Utah also making a switch. Collier's checked in. Now here's Markkanen. His last outing we saw him pour in 22. For 3. He's now 2 for 3 with that miss. Philadelphia leading by 3. Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Nick Nurse. We talked about Lauri Markkanen, and I asked him how he wanted his players to guard him tonight. And he said we can't afford to lose sight of him out on the perimeter because he's a big that can really shoot it, especially when he's operating in the pick and roll. It'll be interesting to see how Markkanen fares against them in this one. Kevin?
Okay, Allie, thank you.
And nice touch inside. George can finish from all 3 levels.
Here's Turlock. Nailed from three-point land. The captain's got 15 points.
This guy has been in attack mode this quarter. The defense might want to intercede here.
And Anderson has it in the corner. Pass to Collier. Shot clock at 5. Pulls from the top of the key. Outside for George. And the 3 off target. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Embiid. Again, Philadelphia.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Markkanen against Edwards. Right side Markkanen. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. 76ers on top, up by 6. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And guys, what's your take so far in Philadelphia?
I know it's early, but all those 3-pointers, boy, do they add up.
And that's what has them ahead in this game. Their floor spacing has been just tremendous.
Kelly Oubre out there with Ben Simmons. Then there's Maxey. Then there's Andre Drummond. And it's McCain in at the 2 guard. That's the group for Philadelphia to start the second quarter. Here's Sensabaugh. Misses the 3. The 76ers leading by 9. Here's Simmons. Yes, that goes in.
Well, this is exactly where Ben Simmons looks to become assertive. The closer he is to the cup, the more dangerous he is.
Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
If a teammate's open in the painted area, you give him the basketball. Those are high-quality shots.
And timeout called by Nick Nurse. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. Captain's checked in for Philadelphia. Gordon comes in for Jared McCain. Williams, he's checked in for the Jazz. Let's now send it over to the sideline for some news on Ace Bailey. What's the situation, Allie?
Guys, I was able to talk with Utah's head athletic trainer about his status. There's some pain in the chest area, especially when breathing. Right now, it's being called a bruise. Unfortunate for him personally, but he has been given the go-ahead from the team. We'll see what he chooses to do, given the unlikelihood that they make the playoffs.
Good information as always, Allie. We thank you.
In real time, very hard to know how bad these injuries really are. Glad to know this guy's going to be back at it pretty soon.
Martin, he's checked in for Utah. So he gets them both. And with the trend, Greg, toward a faster pace, do you miss watching those grinded-out half-court battles that enthralled millions during the Jordan era?
Well, I miss plays more than anything. But as far as watching, the game for me is as good as it's ever been.
The 76ers leading by 11. In the corner, it's Oubre. Here's Simmons, and Simmons slams it in.
This close to the rim, Ben Simmons just leaves, no doubt.
Jazz have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Here's Collier. This one for 3. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
For a guy who's known for his perimeter shooting, that is a great look.
Gordon kicks to Simmons. A three ball. It's good from Gordon on the assist by Simmons. Gordon's got the lead up to 13 now for Philadelphia. And the Jazz call time here. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Nuggets.
Well, they made a few key shots, but missed many more. It was a rough night for them offensively.
You know what? There was a lot of standing around in that basketball game. Failing to move bodies and failing to move the basketball is a bad formula.
We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. And George with the stuff.
Keontae George with the elevation. How about that vertical, folks?
And timeout called by Nick Nurse. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. The 76ers with some changes. Bonus checked in. And it's Quentin Grimes in for Eric Gordon. And it's Lowry with the ball. Brings it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. This is their first chance to take a look at the Jazz this season.
Not exactly a game that everyone will be talking about here, but both of these teams can show flashes at times.
We're seeing two teams that could be building more for the future, trying to instill a winning culture, and we'll see which team takes a step in that direction.
And now, Allie LaForce has something for us from the sideline.
Thanks a lot, guys. The Sixers are trying to pull it all together. Joel Embiid said, we still can compete for a championship, but this is going to take time. We have a lot of talent, but we still have to go out and actually do it. It's just hard. We've got a pretty good chance to accomplish something. Kevin?
It's all about health. All right, Allie, we thank you very much. Trains the three-pointer.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
There's the lob to the hoop, and Kessler throws it down.
Exactly where Kessler gets so much of his offensive performance done, right at the cup.
The 76ers leading by 16. Here's Turlock. That's in, coming off an assist from Lowry. 23 points for the captain.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
A three from Anderson. Rebounded by the captain. The captain's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Took him no time at all on that one. Bona's got his first bucket of the night.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Pass to George. And there's the foul. It'll go on the captain. That is his first foul of the game. Both teams will make substitutions.
Substitution on the court.
1:06 left in the first half of basketball. Here's Bailey. Three-pointer, Markkanen. And it's Joel Embiid with the rebound. And that one is hammered home.
And if you look at this first half, overall, they've just had the better shot selection.
And I think, obviously, we see the execution and the willingness to make the next pass so important.
Now, here's George. His last outing with 20 points. Markkanen, good.
And they're beginning to just flat-out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Here's Turlock. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. The captain's got 28.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Three-pointer, Markkanen. Rebounded by the captain.
Boy, after dropping 2 triples in the first quarter, he hasn't hit another yet.
McCain, another 3 for Philadelphia.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers rolling along with a 27-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. And with as many three-pointers as they've drained, it's easy to see why they're on the cusp of a blowout. And we'll be back with you shortly.
Hello, everybody. We'll break down the action shortly, but first, a glance at how the Eastern Conference standings are stacking up as the season winds down.
A look here now at the 76ers. They're right where they want to be, and they're right where they should be. Now it's a matter of getting everything in place for the title run. These guys will be tough to beat in a 7-game series.
And now, how about that first half? Talk about a dominating display for the 76ers.
When contributions off the bench make this big of an impact, it leaves the team feeling good. It's a morale builder, guys, in a good way.
Yeah, and you can see the difference in the energy level, the activity level. They've been a step ahead the whole way.
Thanks for joining us. Now let's toss it to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You know, the captain has been exceptional here, guys.
In those first 2 quarters, he was pretty much an automatic bucket getter if he got it down low on the block.
Well, you can see why they would continue to play through him. He was tough to stop, super assertive down low, just great work.
Taking a look at the Jazz, they've got Walker Kessler. Lauri Markkanen is out there with Kyle Anderson. Then there's Bailey, and it's George in at the 1. George passes to Kessler. Jazz passing around, and Kessler throws it down.
Well, tremendous strength and authority on that dunk. Nicely done, Walker Kessler.
Embiid with a screen on Anderson. Popped up there for Embiid. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And you put the ball anywhere within a 3-foot radius of the rim, and Embiid's gonna go get it. And he's also coming with bad intentions.
Here's George. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. After this game wraps up, they're off to Atlanta where they'll take on the Hawks. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. Edgecombe, no good. And so George will bring it up for the Utah Jazz. While a late first-round pick doors back in 2022, Walker Kessler proving he was a sleeper. He has shown a lot for sure.
Oh, no question about it, Kevin. We are talking about a guy who's got size. He's consistent on the backboards. But there's an offensive arsenal there that maybe was a bit unexpected.
Pass to the captain. Drops in the tray. The captain's got 31.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those 3-point attempts.
Markkanen against George. Kessler passes to Bailey. And the layup's good off the glass.
And at about 6'9", Bailey is good at using that size inside. Looking like a polished vet on that tape.
That bucket in no time at all. 34 points for the captain.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
Markkanen into the lane.
I still can't believe that one didn't fall.
Here's Turlock, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
What I like here, even with the big lead, they continue to execute their offense.
And that, to me, is a sign of excellent coaching. There's an attention to detail. There is valuing of every possession.
And he drives in. Here's Bailey from outside off the mark. And And the 76ers with possession. They're on a 13-4 run right now. Outside, George. Over in the corner, Edgecombe. Over George. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim.
And when Edgecombe is this set up, he's usually good to go. He'd rather shoot off the catch.
Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thank you, guys. Tyrese Maxey trying to do it all for his team. He said, I think the biggest part is leadership. I need to lead by example and lead with my voice. I have to play well, and if I do that, I can demand respect with my play. But I really want to set a good example just by how hard I work. Guys, back to you.
Great mentality. All right, Allie, we thank you very much. Here's George. 6 points for him. There's 1:26 left in the third. Markkanen sets the pick for Anderson. Looking to get back on track here. From down in the low post, it goes. Anderson's got 8 points.
Well, this is where Anderson has functioned for most of his career. So savvy on the interior.
Edgecombe, no good. The Jazz have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. George passes to Bailey. And here is Markkanen from the arc. Rebounded by the captain. The captain's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Takes a 3. Bangs home the trifecta. Edgecombe's got his 2nd bucket tonight.
And that's what they really want to get from Edgecombe, a consistent stroke from the perimeter.
And Anderson kicks to Markkanen. Outside for George. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock, and Edgecombe gets it to go.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
George against Maxey. Kicks it out to Markkanen. The Jazz again can't hit it, and so it's the Philadelphia 76ers. With a huge lead at the break, safe to say there's no catching them today. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. They've got Simmons. Lowry out there with Jared McCain. Then there's Oubre. And it's Drummond in at the center, locking down the middle. That's the group in the game for the 76ers. And Philadelphia calls time here. Will go for a different look here. Bonus checked in. The captain comes in for Ben Simmons. Edwards, he's checked in for Jared McCain. And it's Edgecombe in for Kyle Lowry. The captain with the bucket.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Utah shooting at 46%, making some buckets. Screen by Nurkic. Pass to Markkanen, launches it, and Philadelphia grabs the miss. The captain's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Jacks up a 3, connects from 3-point range. The captain's got 45 points.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
Out of bounds, Philadelphia takes possession.
One of those nights where the wheels come off, nerves seem to be playing a factor.
Walker Kessler, he's checked in for the Jazz. The captain with the bucket.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Pass to Sensabaugh. They can't stop the run with that one.
Going for that shot in that situation is something that isn't going to help the offense.
And in a way, by taking that one, he's bailing out the defense. It's just too easy to stop.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And right now, Greg, he is doing a great job delivering for this team. Productive and efficient.
And just the way pilots use VR to train, now NBA officials can do the same.
Yeah, it's all about reps, right? Getting them with the headset in a lower stress setting helps prepare them to make the right call when the lights are brightest.
So both teams making some changes here. And as we've seen, Greg, navigating this age of social media can be difficult for an NBA player.
Yeah, a momentary indiscretion can get broadcast to the whole world, so there's a need for caution that's probably higher than in decades past.
The Jazz working the ball around now. Pass to Bailey for the three. Rebound Andre Drummond.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Good, another from three. You can tell he is feeling it.
Kevin, he's on fire.
Lowry against George. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Name a type of shot Keontae George can hit it. More than capable of scoring at all three levels.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Grimes is checked in. And Utah also making a switch. Anderson's checked in. And the 76ers call time here.
And sometimes from the outside, not always clear what led a coach to call for a timeout.
And as you know, it's what comes after that gives you some sense of what has changed.
We've got a moment here. Let's present our player of the game, the captain.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
The better he played, the more these fans got revved up. And that continued to play out over the course of his amazing performance. And finished off by Anderson.
Wow, Anderson at the rim. Look out below.
Here's the captain. The three. And good. He hits it again. That's 62 points. 62.
Amazing. A remarkable performance from him so far.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That's on Ben Simmons. DB, we saw a move by the league to let a little bit more contact go. Have they been consistent with that, or do you see some backpedaling at all?
I don't see any backpedaling at all. I think maybe the area where you most see this manifest is the point of attack dribble. That first dribble, defenders are really able to attack defensively. Listen, this is a hard thing. You want to bring more physicality back, but you've got to do it carefully.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the 76ers.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, but an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And you have to love the effort this team plays with night in and night out, win after win this year, and they have earned it. Tonight will make it 62 wins on the year for them.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for the captain.
Boy, this guy's energy and effort, he was in complete control. That triple-double speaks volumes.
Markkanen passes to Anderson. And the rejection by Embiid.
What a rejection by Embiid in close. He saw him coming and got there to deny it.
Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily.
Joel, we've heard critics in the past question your level of conditioning. How do you answer those critics?
I'm just going to keep on doing what I've been doing this year, and I've been healthy, and I haven't been injured, and I'm going to try to keep that. I'm trying to keep that way. So
we'll stay locked in and wishing you the best health. Thanks, Joel.
Good stuff, Allie. Thanks. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, Allie LaForce, and the rest of our terrific 2K crew, this is Kevin Harlan. Hope you enjoyed our broadcast.